By Mitsubishi Motors, BP Australia, Carlton Engineered Breweries, Telecom Australia, McDonald's, Nike and Foodland. From the MCG, Melbourne versus Adelaide on AFL Live.
Yes, welcome to the MCG on Anzac Day, the completion today of round 5. It's Melbourne against Adelaide, a most important match. Melbourne out on the ground at the moment, Adelaide still to come out. We reckon we know the final composition of the Adelaide side, and we're running through the Melbourne one at the moment. As I said, the Crows about to come out onto the ground, being led onto the ground by their captain and club champion in 1992, Chris McDermott. But more about the Crows team a little later on. In the other matches today, from Waverley Park, it's St Kilda up against Carlton. And from the Gabba today, Brisbane will play Geelong. Now, at the end of this live match into Adelaide, we'll have a replay of St Kilda and Carlton. So when we give you the scores throughout the day, we'll give you some warning so you can look away if you intend to watch that replay tonight. And also, we will be bringing you right up to date with a game at the Gabba between Brisbane and also Geelong. Now let's have a look at the ladder from Melbourne's point of view. They've been beaten in their 4 matches to date. Hawthorn comfortably. They had narrow losses to Footscray and Brisbane and beaten comfortably by North Melbourne in their last match. So their form hasn't been all that bad despite the fact they're in 14th position. Adelaide's form has been excellent. Their first win was against Richmond here. They then beat West Coast, and this match against Fitzroy was a cliffhanger. Magnificent game, and Adelaide at the moment are on top of the table with 3 consecutive wins, so they're the only unbeaten team at this stage of the year. The record of the MCG is very good. They thrashed Richmond earlier this year, and in total against Melbourne they've played 3 times, and Adelaide has the advantage of 2-1 over the Demons. Melbourne's big win being in 1992, surprisingly, at Football Park. Working with me today, Peter McKenna and Ross Glendinning. Great day for football, boys, and we're still not quite certain of the Melbourne lineup, though you've had a chance to have a look out there.
Well, we have had a quick look, but Adelaide, the big improvers of the competition, Ross, and Melbourne should be competitive, though.
Yeah, they should be. Their form hasn't been as bad. Bruce mentioned they've had a couple of close ones, but I can't see them winning today. We look at the Melbourne side there. Gilbert lining up on Modra, that'll be a great contest. They need from Swartz a big game to Melbourne, and Steins, if he can carry that injury well, then there'll be a big bonus for them. We'll sort that interchange out with those 5 players for you later on.
Now, with the Adelaide side, as I said, the big improvers, but, Hodges, Robran and Wiedemann are taking their places in the side, and out Nigel Smart, Sean Wren and Sean Casco. But that strong midfield, look at that centre line, Anderson, Jarman and Tregenza, and of course with Chris McDermott and McGuinness on the ball, terrific midfield side, Adelaide.
Pretty hard to pick the crowd. Most of the MCG is sparse. That area we're showing you at the moment has quite a few people, maybe 14 or 15,000 people on what seems to be a perfect day. We take a break, back with the opening bounce after this.
Hi, I'm Chris Broom from the Adelaide Crows. You're watching AFL Football Live here on Channel 7.
Take on a tough job in tough country, and you usually have to get there on all 4s. But when that's not enough, you just have to use your muscle. That's why there's a whole range of Mitsubishi Tritons with all the muscle of a big V6. And if you can't rely on a big V6 with 4-wheel drive to get you there, who can you rely on?
Only
Only 1 hour from Adelaide and in the heart of Whale territory, McCracken Country Club, Victor Harbour, offers a lifestyle with recreational facilities unique to South Australia. With stages 1, 2 and 3 completely sold out, off-the-plan allotments in the new Riverside release are now available for immediate sale. The allotments, suitable for permanent or holiday living, are priced from only $29,000. Experience a slice of the good life at McCracken Country Club. Call Brock Partners for details.
Australia's still working. It's the only way to be.
More and more Australians are still working because now all the performance and technology of the world's #1 chainsaw is available in a lightweight, more compact form for the handy person from $475. But still chainsaws are only sold at authorized still service centers. Call 008 804 117.
All your everyday transactions, even your ATM and EFTPOS transactions, are all recorded in one book. Keep track of your everyday. Open a State Bank Everyday Account Passbook.
Last Wednesday,
$48,200.
Karen Gunn hit the jackpot plus 4 lucky home viewers, each won $5,000 to win. Buy your scratch and win ticket and watch Channel 7 Wednesday night after 7 nightly news.
What can a doctor do?
You are in fact HIV positive.
When his patient won't face the truth.
I'm not telling her I've got AIDS.
And marriage arrangements are kept under wraps.
Not a hint to Esme.
As long as Harry can keep his mouth shut. A country practice Monday.
Welcome back to the MCG as we're about to observe a minute's silence for Anzac Day and the veterans that have served this country.
We invite you to join the players and umpires in honouring the memory of Australia's brave servicemen and women who gave their lives to protect our freedom. Would you please stand and observe 1 minute silence? They shall grow not old, as we who are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them, lest we forget.
So we remember the brave men and women as we introduce Max Stevens on the boundary line for the Mitsubishi Motors Ground Report. Max.
Good afternoon, Bruce. Well, here at the MCG today, picture postcard, ideal conditions for football. The forecast, fine, mild to warm, expected top 23 degrees. The current temperature, we're already there, 23. The humidity, 28%. Now the wind, it's a slight swirling breeze, pretty hard to pinpoint. Goal advantage, none to speak of. Condition of the ground is excellent.
And your selection, Max?
Well, if any man knows his side, I suppose that's Neil Baum. He knows most of the players, but Adelaide's position at the moment, I have to go for Adelaide.
So Adelaide selected there, and Peter and Roscoe, Adelaide hot favourites?
I'd say the same. Adelaide, Bruce, for me.
Yes, and I'm going for Adelaide too, Bruce. They play this ground very, very well. And, well, they're in form.
Melbourne kicking to the left row, one of the interchange players with Groom, by the look of it, for Adelaide. And
Rowe.
Pick up the Melbourne, Rowe and Groom. And what about Melbourne? Did we pick them up?
It looks like it.
Grinter was one.
Grinter and Schwartz with the other. And the players missing from Melbourne are Graham Yates, Glenn Malloy and Greg Doyle. They are out of the side.
Yates may be the surprise there.
Yes.
Gilbert's got the job on Modra. Chris Mitchell, Murray Bird, the umpires. Hodges at half forward for Adelaide. Tingay and Tregenza at it before the start. Steins, who's made a remarkable recovery, goes in against Pittman. First touch was to Viney. Handball by Stephen Phoebe. Tingay gives it away to Brett Lovett. Lovett's left foot kick doesn't go far. Steins takes it. Paid it. Broken ribs, we were told last week. Would miss 6, and here he is. 138 straight games. Remarkable. Not a good kick. Maynard underneath. Jarman couldn't take it. Didn't have the momentum up. Lee tried to stop it. Tingay, Jarman's tackle on him. Tregenza. And it's going to be a bounce down. Chris Mitchell coming in quickly. Pickering, ex-Richmond best and fairest. Melbourne attacking at half forward.
Well, certainly Jimmy Steins' ribs were tested out going for that mark before, and he got away with it. Now there's Maynard holding the ball. So a nice tackle down there at half forward by Andy Lovell. Lovell will kick from about 52 metres on a very acute angle. Andy Lovell, former Tasmanian, opens up the goals a little bit. Hooks it in, it starts to swing, but not enough. And first blood to Melbourne, and behind to Andy Lovell.
Ben Hart, he's played each of the matches last year, was the AFL Recruit of the Year, and in the AFL team. He's had a quietish start to this year, being played in a very defensive role. Eventually he'll play in the centre square, you'd think. Went straight down the middle. Jamison was from the back. Viney. Here's Pittman. Wiedemann caught. Very poor handball. Bickley. One of Adelaide's best. And it's a promising start by the Demons. Just get a feeling here that they're going to be very competitive. Remembering they beat Adelaide at Football Park in July last year after Adelaide beat Melbourne at Princes Park early in the year. Pittman able to take it on his own. Good tackle on him. Cowell off the ground by Tregenza to centre wing. Steins centering kick to White. It's good football by Steins. And now the Scotsman goes bang.
Sean White to the half-forward line. Scott Lee brings it out to Tregenza, who played a great game against Fitzroy. Now he waited for that one. He's got 2 to beat. Sean White ran hard at the ball. Hand pass inside. This is Cowell. Cowell brings it in. Oh, that is a poor kick by Cowell. Under no pressure whatsoever. He gave it straight to Maynard. On to Hart. Hart across the ground. Greg Anderson makes space. And the former Bomber winger goes to Wiedemann. Wiedemann further afield looking for Tony McGuinness, who's been in magnificent form this year. McGuinness, the left foot to half forward. Back with the flight of the ball. And a good mark there taken by the underrated Peter Rowe.
Swings it to Steins, who's had some touches early. To Martin Pike, ex-Nord. Tingay, Tregenza. Gilbert's tackle on him, out of play, half forward. Adelaide attacking. Simon Tregenza. Ex-Port Adelaide star, who played in a number of premierships in the late 80s as a teenager. Now Rotherham goes, wins it cleverly. McDermott sold a dummy, got a high tackle, free kick. Half forward right. Now Modra and Gilbert. Centering kick. Modra the target. Oh! Took a big fly free kick against him.
Hands on the shoulder, Bruce. He is an exciting player though, Tony Modra. Now the kick out to Obbs, that was from Peter Road. Onto Pickering. Pickering to centre wing. The lead is made. He'll have to mark these. A good mark by Sean White. There were two pros there. One of them was Rubre, the other McDermott. Now Sean White has started off the game well. Now that's a clever little kick to Pickering. Now Pickering plays on. A quick hand pass to Tingay. Now Pickering. The lead is on to half forward. Gary Lyon is there. Ben Hart's picking him up. What a clash that'll be. Two great players. Still at half forward, shuffled out to Glenn Lovett. Now Tingay from 50 metres. Tingay, it swings back and through from behind.
Free kick coming back
free
through.
Kick.
Yep.
After he kicked it.
Yeah, Tregenza the play infringed on Tingay.
So Stephen Tingay, a second bite at the cherry here. He missed the first under a little bit of pressure, but this is a set shot. Probably worse than 45 degrees this angle, and he will have to kick it from 50.
That's right, Pete. Not much breeze though to affect the kick.
Beautiful day, typical Melbourne day. Plenty of sun. Haven't seen rain for a couple of weeks. As we see Tingay, that is worse than the first kick. He has hooked it out of bounds on the full. So a poor kick by Stephen Tingay.
Scott Lee. Missed just one match in Adelaide's 48. It's a half-back. Pittman, Steins, Neitz. Glenn Lovett. McDermott probably should have left it for Jarman, but it was going to be a big call. McGuinness gets it off Wiedemann. Goes bang with a very good kick. Rouvray, McDermott and Hart can raffle it. Rouvray has got Hart running for him. Short kick finds Ben Hart. McDermott from centre wing. Left foot up to half forward, or up to the real centre wing spot. Advantage is played here and Adelaide won't get it. Hodges gives it up very quickly. Phoebe to half forward. Came off Lee. Lovell outnumbered. Wiedemann. Lee. McGuinness. Jarman called for it. McGuinness went long. Phoebe gets underneath it and takes it at half back.
This is Stephen Phoebe. His twin brother Matthew is out suspended at the moment. The kick across the ground to Michael Pickering. On to Brett Lovett. Lovett on the left foot. Got himself into a bit of trouble. That's Glenn Lovett booting it away. It should favour Tingay. He gets the bounce. On the left foot, the chip pass into Lyon. Punched away from Lyon. Chance for Neitz. Neitz picks it up brilliantly. On the right foot, David Neitz hooks it back. Oh, hit the post. Bad luck with the centre half forward. Beautiful pickup for a big guy.
Yep, he did that very well. It's good matchups here. Got Obbs on Jarman, almost South Australian Obbs, and Todd Viney's picking up McGuinness.
Anderson half volleyed it cleverly. Obbs would have seen a fair bit of Jarman in the old days when Port Adelaide played North Adelaide in some big matches. The kick to centre wing taken by Phoebe again. Melbourne are going all right. Phoebe's centering kick. Pittman gets underneath it. Lyon comes out to take it off Neitz. Greg Healy goes for goal. Left foot, poor kick. Straight to Wiedemann. Goes bang. Not a good kick though. Terrible play, Wiedemann. Obbs takes it. Drop punt. Gary Lyon the target. Lovell. Michael Pickering. Glenn Lovett. Good handball. Lovell around the body. Nice kick. But getting back, Ben Hart sweeps it out to Scott Lee. Running for him is Jamison. Again a poor kick. Put Lovett in the box seat.
Yes, there's been some poor field kicking by both sides. That's Brett Lovett getting it to Hopgood. Hopgood race it in from 50 metres. Hopgood across the face of goal. Up they go. Is that a mark? I thought the man in front might have had a touch, but the umpires claimed the mark. I thought the Adelaide player was in front, may have touched it.
I agree with you there, but Neitz just a slightly taller player there, had the advantage with his height. Good driving kick though by Hopgood.
Neitz at the back. Let's have a look in front. Maynard. Oh,
Yeah,
Maynard definitely right. First bite of that one. And nevertheless, it's Nietzsche's kick now. Great camera shot of this, right on the angle. He might run out and open up the goals here, David Nietzsche. He should do that. Run out to the right, but he's having the set shot. Beautiful kick. Goal.
Bob has a big problem.
Vacation?
Yes. His shrink is taking a holiday.
I do not see patients on vacation.
A totally insane holiday.
Is this a bad time?
Now. While Bob is getting better, Leo's taking a turn for the worse. The side-splitting comedy premiere with Richard Dreyfuss and Bill Murray.
He's never gone! Is this some radical new therapy? You see?
What About Bob? 8:30 tonight on Channel 7.
8-0 Melbourne lead. They've had the 3 scoring shots. Obst. Quick hands. Rouvray tries to cut foul off. Free kick to the Demons. From half forward. Line, maybe a target. No, Steins. Finds him. Free kick or mark. Take your pick.
They're pretty fired up, Melbourne.
Yes, they are. There might be a change for Adelaide too. Rowe warming up on the boundary line.
And Steins from about 50 metres. Drop punt across the face. Neeks went early. Ben Hart gets away from Gary Lyon. Drop punt. Hopgood. Liptak with him. Chingay there. And Melbourne able to hold it up. Adelaide at 6s and 7s early. There's Rowe, as Ross Glendinning said, warming up, ready to come out.
Well, there are about 20 players around that pack as Pittman got that one down with 2 hands, and the umpire will have to come in and bounce here. About 60 metres from the Melbourne goal, there's Tony McGuinness. Magnificent game against Fitzroy last Friday night. Again, it's Pittman. He's beaten for that one, though. It's Tingay, shuffled out of the action. Oh, Melbourne going in very hard. Here's Glenn Lovett. Back it comes to Pickering. Pickering a wobbly kick, a left foot kick to the half-forward line. Oh, great mark, Healy. Big chance here for Melbourne. There's Healy on the right foot. Should move it quickly. Oh, he went to kick it, then missed it. Glenn Lovett, they've got themselves in all sorts of trouble.
Free kick,
it's a free kick. Tingay kicked it, but in the meantime, the umpire had found a free kick, and it will go the way of Glenn Lovett.
Chris McDermott infringed there, and while that was happening, Pete Liptak, the player to come off for Rowe, and for Melbourne, Schwartz is warming up on the boundary line, and the player coming off is Andy Lovell.
Glenn Lovett, a beautiful kick to the square. A pack of players go. Is that a mark? Is that a mark? No mark. That one, his claim was touched, the umpire. And let's have a look at this one in replay. So up went Pittman. I think that was more of a mark than the other one, to be quite honest. As it's in front of goal. Wiedemann goes to ground, drops it. There's Pittman. Well played, Pittman. It's out of defence. Here's Tingay. Tries to centre the ball. Smothered. Cowell. He has it taken away by Wiedemann. Desperate play by Adelaide. And good play by Rouvray. Under pressure to just take it over the line and relieve the pressure.
Yes, Wiedemann put himself under a bit of pressure there. Should have taken a step across the line in the first instance, but they got away with it.
Nietzsche started well. He was a man that Wiedemann tried to brush off there, and he couldn't get rid of him. Thumping kick by Rouvray. Steins. Greg Anderson. Pickering with him. Left foot round the body in a hurry. Straight to Phoebe. It's been the story of Adelaide so far. Phoebe to Lee and Greg Healy. Wiedemann should have got a free kick. Will get one. Held on to. At half back. A ferocious looking character, isn't he? Always plays as a desperate man as he kicks to centre wing. Pike not paid. McGuinness onto his wrong side. Right foot kick to a space. Modra attacks. Gilbert with him. Still Modra and Gilbert. Oh, nice take. Chance now for Adelaide. Modra the handball by Rowe, not good. Hopgood will run it out of bounds. And what's the story with Liptak, Max Stevens?
Well, Bruce Matthew Liptak, he's receiving treatment as we speak. He's got a lower back problem, nothing too serious, should come back onto the ground.
Half forward for Adelaide. First chance to score, but Melbourne pretty desperate in defence as they take it over the line. About 20 metres around from the Adelaide goal. There's Peter Rode. He's got the job on Scott Hodges. And Phil Gilbert picking up Tony Modra. And they're good matchups.
They are, Pete.
Now it's flicked over the back to Brown. Brown trying to latch onto it. There's Phoebe getting across to Glenn Lovett. Glenn Lovett to the centre wing. Oh, well played by Cowell. Darren Cowell hooks it around to the wide open spaces. There's 3 Crows and 1 Melbourne, and luckily for David Neitz, the ball rolls over the line, way out there, halfway between centre wing and half forward for Melbourne, and Neitz on screen has started off very, very well.
Pittman and Schwartz to do battle. Schwartz coming on for Lovell a moment ago, so a change there by Baum. A tall for a shorter play. Here's Jarman, first touch. Handball. Not a very good one. Tregenza well played. Maynard's quick gift to McDermott. Goes bang to Modra. And here's a chance. A rolling ball. Modra getting back. Flicks it back. Gilbert. Hip and shoulder by Rowe. And well done by Rowe in the end. He kept it there and out of play. Stephen Rowe, 27-year-old. He's played 14 games. Norwood player in South Australia. Neil Baum would know him very well. Lovett, that's Brett to Hopgood, round the body. Jarman, White, free kick to White. At half-back against Jarman.
Yes, he was grabbed when he didn't have it. Sean White. He kicks it across the ground. That's actually a pretty good play to Steins, who had made position. Now Steins, that little chip pass to Tingo. He is a very talented player, Steins, isn't he? For a big man, his mobility is tremendous. As we see Tingo to the half-forward line. The Crows go up. At the back was Pittman. He gets it to Wiedemann. Wiedemann to half-forward. Players set themselves. Pike at the back. Also Rode. On to Phoebe. Now Pike. Former South Australian. Martin Pike brings it to half-forward with a beautiful kick to Pickering. Pickering to Glenn Lovett. The lead is on. Gary Lyon and Hart. It's over the head of Lyon. A poor kick. And it set Ben Hart to thump it over the line.
Demons in attack. Schwartz and Pittman. And 2 or 3 players come over the back, including Rouvray, and a free kick.
Holding on, Bruce.
Picked out of it to Maynard. Short. Gets Rouvray. It's a good kick, Rouvray, normally. That one a bit wobbly, but fortuitous. Jamison on the run. Modra. Gilbert. Rowe. Off the ground, Hopgood. Brett Lovett. They've done pretty well, Melbourne. Rowe swings it out to Steins, who's got Pickering awfully short. Decides to go on with it. Now handball to Pickering at half-back. Steins inside if he wants him. Goes now. Will have to be quick. Did he throw it? Pickering clever. Tingay. Glenn Lovett. Melbourne building up. Goes to half-forward. Line's got to come from nowhere. Pittman and Ben Hart. He's a good player, Ben Hart. To Rouvray. High one round the body. Centre wing. Schwartz and Wiedemann. Pickering came at the back. Off the ground by Bickley. McDermott. Drop punt. Rowe in the front spot. Hopgood at the back. Hodges, who hasn't had a touch yet. Rhodes done very well. Handball to Steins. Got played Steins. Wonderful to Phoebe. To Glenn Lovett.
Oh, great team play that by Melbourne. And Glenn Lovett. They've got to get help for Gary Lyon up forward, though, as Cowell gets it across to up towards Phoebe's teammate there, Phoebe, I should say, towards half forward, and it's a free kick. We'll go down there to Rouvray.
Michael Pickering off for Melbourne and on his grinter.
So Paul Rouvray, a very promising defender, kicks it out wide. This is Pittman. Pittman breaks the tackle, goes outside. This is Tony McGuinness to Anderson. Anderson on the left foot will kick it in long in towards full forward. One-on-one contest. Hopgood at the back. Gets it down the ground. Here's David Brown on the left foot, trying desperately to hook it back, but he has only succeeded in putting it out of bounds on the full. Little terrier, David Brown. Excellent kick on the run, normally on that left foot, as we see Phil Gilbert to the half-back line. Steins beaten to it by Pittman, who tapped it down. Steins goes in to do the roving. There's Chris McDermott. On to Brown. On to McGuinness. Tony McGuinness hooks it back in front of goal. Modra at the back. Now it's little Hopgood racing after it. He should head for the line. Oh, he's thrown hard into the fence by Rowe. And Gilbert's not happy. And he's not giving a free kick for that, is he?
Phil Gilbert's merely saying to Rowe, that's a pretty silly play.
But that's all he did, Ross.
Exactly
What else
right.
did he do? Honest. Rowe from the boundary line. Kicks a goal. And, brilliant fly. Is it a mark or a point? It might be a point, this. A big fly by Modra, but it is a behind. Well, let's see what happened. He got thrown into the fence, so let's see what Gilbert does. Now, a bit of a push, nothing much in it. He's given a free kick for that. Well, you'd give up, wouldn't you, umpiring?
Gilbert to half-back. Good take by Glenn Lovett. Left foot. Schwartz in the front spot. Adelaide team mesmerised for the moment. In that play, Schwartz's kick, not good. Scott Lee. Jamison goes bang to McGuinness. He's got some options. He's going to square it to Jamison. Put him under pressure. Left foot, Rowe. It was touch play on. Rowe's handball. Caught Hodges. Just having some problems, Scotty, early. The handball by Hodges, by Steins was excellent. Hopgood showing some dash. Up to half forward. Front spot was Meats. Glenn Lovett, beautifully played to Schwartz. Maynard. Tregenza. Wiedemann slips. Jamison gets a high one. Free kick. Well, they'll take this off, Adelaide. And that was consistent at least.
Yeah, but it has to be a fair turnover.
Well, they're square now, aren't they?
They're square, all square, fair enough as we see it. In towards half-forward, Lions a fly, a desperate attempt. No mark, Schwartz went without it. Tony McGuinness going in hard after the ball. This is a good game. Neats, Cowell, Glenn Lovett, handball over the top. Gary Lyon, left foot, and Gary Lyon has goal.
It's sale time at Foodland and the savings are kicking on. Like Aura laundry liquid flying out at $1.99. Cotty's jams dropped to just $1.69. Sanitarium wheat mix a real winner at $1.99. Paul's or Deep Spring soft drinks just 69 cents. Foodland fresh legs of lamb $3.99 a kilo. And score 2 kilo bags of apples or pears for $1.59.
Foodland, the mighty South Aussies, yeah.
Andy Lovell on for Greg Healy as Melbourne stretched this lead to 2-3 to a point. Low scoring game. Adelaide kicked 8 goals at the MCG in their opening match of the year in the first quarter against Richmond. Here's Lovell, who's immediately on. And for the first time this year, well, I guess Fitzroy put pressure on Adelaide, but Adelaide a bit rattled early here. Ben Hart. Brown. Phoebe, who's beating Brown. Lovell. McDermott. Free kick to Adelaide.
Yeah, Anderson taken high with the hip and shoulder around the head. Free kick was paid for that. Bit of a mixed match too for Adelaide. Wiedemann picking up Schwartz, too tall for him. Is Maynard has got the job down back as well.
Anderson and Robrin underneath it. Robrin and Hodges very quiet early. Rode over the top to Brett Lovett. Goes bang towards Schwartz. Here's Wiedemann and Schwartz. Well played, Wiedemann. Gets rid of one opponent. Bounces away from centre half back. Here's Robrin. Pike at the back to teammates at Norwood at one stage. Rowe. It's a good kick. Well played, Lee. And very well played again by Grinter to hold it up. And Melbourne playing with great spirit.
They certainly are. Good play by Scotty Lee then, because that looked a certain mark, but it was only the desperation of Lee, wasn't it, Ross?
Yep, correct.
But centre wing, Steins. Now Tingay smothered beautifully by McDermott, who crashes into the pack. And that's better umpiring to bounce the ball.
He wasn't going anywhere, McGuinness, was it? McDermott, I should say.
And there's Neil Baum and Greg Wells, former Richmond champion and Melbourne champion. Ray Biffin coming into screen there. He's on the selection committee, former Melbourne tough fullback. Now they're almost holding the ball. Great tackle by Chris McDermott. He'd make a good rugby player, wouldn't he? Front rower. There's Todd Viney, Graham Corns and Jeff Southby, the former Carlton champion on his left. He's a scout for the Adelaide Crows in Melbourne. Now, that was Robrin getting it to Jarman, on to Tregenza. Now Maynard brings it in towards full forward at the back. Oh, well, desperate play by Gilbert on Modra. That was terrific play. Hand pass comes from Hopgood over the road. Centre or Lovell could have gone a bit stronger at that one. There's Scott Lee getting it to Anderson. Anderson wide. McGuinness races after it. Class player Tony McGuinness.
Too quick for Viney, Pete.
McGuinness. Well, Viney's trying to match it with him, but I agree with you about the pace. There's Maynard, one-handed. Very strong mark, Maynard. He's way out at half forward, 50-metre line. They're yet to score a goal, Adelaide. As Rodney Maynard. Oh, good-looking kick, but he's hooked it. Well, when I say good-looking kick for distance, but he's put it out of bounds on the full. So penalty kick there to be taken by Peter Rowe.
Goes short. It's a Hopgood. Back pocket. 3 3/4 minutes remaining. Hopgood up to centre wing. White underneath it. At the back was Jamison. Anderson gets rid of the tackle. High drop punt. Robram. Well played Pike at the back. Steins under pressure. Back to Pike. Across the face of goal. He runs a while, in trouble, and concedes a behind. Modra put some pressure on him, and Pike, in the end, I think pretty happy to give away a point.
I think an interesting point so far is every time Modra's led for the ball, Gilbert's been right with him, Ross.
Oh, yes. He's had the experience of playing on him before, Pete.
And he did well, Gilbert, on Dunstall in the first game. He kept him to 3. As we see Scott Hodges off the ground, but Hopgood bring it in towards half forward. No mark. Lovell again going for it one-handed. Schwartz going in the lender hand. Schwartz has got it. Will hook it back. A one-on-one contest. Lyon and Hart. Lyon at the back. Hart at the front. Gary Lyon off the ground. It rolls. It rolls. Well done, Ben Hart. It actually hit the post in the finish. But what a contest. Gary Lyon and Ben Hart, two of the champions of the game.
Yes, very fair players. Both guys on the ball.
Here is Ben Hart taking it from Lee. Looks at his options. Goes long. Jarman been quite early. It gives away a free kick.
He's a good player, Obst.
He's disciplined, Pete.
Former Port Adelaide player, of course.
Centre half forward line. Lovell goes bang and puts it through.
And half forward tries to get it to Jamison. There's Andrew Ops. Steins has been magnificent. There's Glenn Lovett. That was almost holding the ball, that. Has Melbourne come away again through Phoebe. In the line, yes, great pass. Excellent forward play by Gary Lyon, but what a great pass.
Yes, good work again through the centre by Lovett. That's Glenn Lovett. He's a deceptively good player, that fellow. And it's a beautiful pass, Pete. I agree.
Well, Ben Hart was with him, but you can't stop those sort of passes. Now, it is desperation for Adelaide if Lyon kicks this one. It'll be Melbourne's 4th. Gary Lyon chips it in high. It's close. Oh, it might be a point. It is. And he's not happy with himself. That really could have been a bit of a nailer early in the piece.
3-5 to 2 points. 8 shots to 2. Doubt whether Adelaide's had a scoreless in terms of goals quarter this season. Looks like they'll have one here with a minute remaining. Anderson's high drop punt up to centre wing. Steins in the front. White clever to Glenn Lovett. Viney.
Why did he handball?
Lee put him under pressure, didn't he? Robin, nice take to McDermott. Now here's the chance. Modra goes. Oh, poor kick, McDermott. Awful kick. Hopgood rips it away from Rowe. Gives it to Pike. Melbourne bang it out of half back again. Anderson underneath takes it. And really the Demons could have been 5 or 6 in front instead of 3.5.
Yes, unusually poor kick from McDermott.
Centre wing, Steins, nothing paid. 20 seconds remaining. Free kick against Melbourne.
Holding on, Bruce, again.
So we're inside the last 20 seconds, so Adelaide won't score here. McGuinness from centre wing. 10 seconds remaining. Groom, Rhodes, Steins. And Siren about to go. Hopgood And there it goes as Phoebe comes out of defence. .35 the Demons. Adelaide 2 points.
Air conditioning, making your life comfortable.
Come on, time to set the table. We all need to eat more breads and cereals. At least 5 serves a day. Thanks to the new Breads and Cereals cookbook, making healthy, nutritious meals is quick, cheap and easy. Just $6.95 from newsagents and selected supermarkets.
Excellent!
We're saving dough at Rocker Brothers. Save dough at Rocker Brothers. Speedy lock nuts for most popular cars. Wow, just $17.95. Supreme quality Pennzoil 4 litre $9.95. Sally's RP7 for car, boat or home $2.50. 1,500 kilogram trolley jacks $49.95. Budget chamois, what a price, $1.95. Bardell engine treatments numbers 1 and 2, $4.95 each. We're saving dough at Rocker Brothers.
Hello? It's Phil, mate. You organising nibbles for the big game?
Nibbles? Listen, mate, when the whistle blows, we'll have a fresh team on the field. Then we'll really start to turn up there.
Yeah.
We'll send in our star performer to mix it up with them.
Yeah, but...
Then we'll bring on our best reserves at half-time.
Yeah, but what are we eating?
Oh, El Paso chips and chips, mate. What do you think I've been talking about?
Old El Paso makes ordinary food taste extraordinary.
Only 1 hour from Adelaide and in the heart of Whale Territory, McCracken Country Club, Victor Harbour, offers a lifestyle with recreational facilities unique to South Australia. With stages 1, 2 and 3 completely sold out, off-the-plan allotments in the new Riverside release are now available for immediate sale. The allotments, suitable for permanent or holiday living, are priced from only $29,000. Experience a slice of the good life at McCracken Country Club. Call Brock Partners for details.
It's the latest indoor craze, and it's right here. Indoor beach volleyball. Action-packed, six-a-side fun for everyone. Played on beach sand.
Absolutely fantastic. It's a heap of fun.
We play on sand, and when you fall down, it doesn't hurt.
Fun for everyone. Lots of fun. It's a good team sport. It's sensational fun.
Even if you've never played before, you'll have a ball at Indoor Beach Volleyball. Real sand, real fun, and relaxation. Indoor Beach Volleyball. Fun for everyone.
My Hilux is unbreakable. It takes a full ton. In the back. And in the front. How's the price? Too low. The most powerful Hilux yet. What a feeling! Toyota!
Quarter time at the MCG. Lyon, Lovell and Neats the goal scorers for Melbourne as they lead 3-5 to Adelaide 2 points. Graham Corns talking to the Adelaide players. Now look away for the moment. If you don't want to know the score between St Kilda and Carlton, there'll be a replay of that match following this live telecast. Now Neil Baum, as we take a look at a progressive score from Brisbane and Geelong. Not quite quarter time there, and Brisbane are 1-2 and Geelong are 3-7. Max Stevens has been listening into Graham Corns. He wouldn't have been too happy, Max.
No, definitely wasn't. But as we said earlier, Bruce, if anyone knows this Adelaide side, it has to be Neil Baum. He probably knows the Adelaide side better than many of the other AFL sides, and so far so good for the big man. Graham Corns needs a lift in many areas. In fairness, the forwards, well, the ball's got to be delivered for them to score. So Graham Corns, his main point there, he didn't waste any time getting to the players, and his main point is you just got to lift the work rate. Things are just not going according to plan. He wants them to have a dip in this quarter. Injuries, Matthew Liptak is available to come back onto the ground, and Scott Hodges, well, he's off at the moment, maybe having a little trouble finding the ball, but injury isn't the problem.
Good on you, Max, from the boundary line. But Roscoe, Robran, Hodges, a different setup on the forward line today.
Yes, and with Modra, I just don't think Hodges plays well at the half-forward flank. He's really not played there very much, and he finds it hard to adjust.
Important term, isn't it? At 23-2, Steins, who was brilliant in the opening term. Jarman had a quiet one. Obbs did the job on him. In fact, the big three for Adelaide, Jarman, McDermott and McGuinness. McGuinness the only effective player in the opening term. Pittman and Steins on this perfect day for football, Anzac Day. Viney gave it up. Brett Lovett to centre wing. Here's Pike. Robran with him. Pike with a quick handball. Able to butter up. Left-hand handball, not all that good. Sean White's was very good. Here's Obbs, who's running off Jarman. Good kick. A beauty to line.
And Bruce, that's the sort of delivery that Adelaide aren't getting when they go forward.
Melbourne captain, champion in 1990, has looked as if he'd be one of the dominant players in the AFL until the last couple of years where injury has just held him back. He's got magnificent talents. Drop punt, leans back, kicks a goal. A beauty! Well, that is a captain's goal, isn't it? Well, it is just the start the D's wanted, and Lyon has sent them away here in the second term.
And that's a difficult shot at goal, but the work on this wing here with Pike, White, good handball there from White to find Obbs, and a beautiful kick finds Lyon, but his finish is just full of class.
4-5 to 2 points. Adelaide really have to get something going. Their stars are being held at the moment, particularly Andrew Jarman.
Yes, they're not getting that drive they normally do.
That's right, they need him getting hands on ball, and Obbs has got him covered, hasn't he? As you see, the Ben Stein is doing particularly well, particularly round the ground. There is Andrew Jarman. Now, Pittman used his strength, but he was beaten for it in the end by Obbs. That's Jarman, his opponent, hooking it back towards half forward. And a free kick paid down there, and it is to Groom. Chris Groom will kick from 55 metres. There's Anthony Modra. And Phil Gilbert picking him up. Groom will just about make the distance. It's a very high kick. It floats in towards the pocket. Modra almost shepherded out of the action. There's a kick at goal by Rowe, but it's smothered off the boot. And a one behind to Adelaide. They just blocked his path a little bit. I think it was probably legitimate.
Steins got back there nicely, and so there was 2-on-1. A great smother there by Steins too.
Len Lovett. And a great effort by Steins to even be playing today. Apparently, well, Melbourne thinks so highly of him. They wanted him to play, and he wanted to play, even though he was hurt last week. Now, that's Todd Viney, taken away by Chris McDermott. Gets it into McGuinness. McGuinness a hurry kick in towards Modra. Modra and Gilbert almost a mark to Modra, and a free kick. Free kick to Modra.
So the umpire saying it hold of his jumper.
Well, Tony Modra, let's have a look at it. Now, was he holding him? Modra was holding him.
It must have been earlier on, Pete.
Well, I think it was, oh, come on. Oh, well, it's a free kick to Tony Modra. The Melbourne supporters don't like it. Directly in front, and he has goal.
Waco, Texas, but it's happened before. From today's headlines.
Freedom, liberty, and justice!
A true story that shocked a nation. Inside, 9 children.
This matter is in God's hands now.
Outside, 150 lawmen.
That is a cowardly and a godless act!
Who will survive?
He's very bad news.
Ed Begley Jr. stars in a television first.
I shall see justice done.
Monday, 8:30, Siege at Marion on 7.
Gilbert and Modra, fierce foes here. Robran and Hodges on the interchange for Adelaide. Liptak coming on for Robran. So as McDermott goes through the centre. Rowe, well, he should have done better. Can he kick a goal? Goes for it across the face and a behind. Just wondering with Robran and Hodges on the interchange, it doesn't give Graham Corns much flexibility.
Not at all. I mean, Hodges last week at Port Adelaide kicked 9 and full forward, so he just doesn't find the other role all that comfortable.
Gilbert's kick to half-back. Wiedemann takes the mark. Plays on. Goes bang. Oh, good kick. Right there. It'll go all the way. Oh, no, Modra's taken the mark. It was going to be a goal.
They're difficult ones to assess there, Bruce, as you're going back like that. You've got to decide whether you must try and take the mark or try and shepherd through. And Modra may be classed as being a little bit selfish, but it will still be a goal.
He turned it around against Fitzroy, didn't he, on the Friday night, and he may have turned this around for Adelaide. It's early days with 4-5 to 2-4.
And quite often this happens. You don't need much time in footy to come back. But provided you just keep persisting and keep having a go at the footy, do the right things, and the game can swing your way. Good driving kick from Wiedemann. And as Bruce said, it would have been a goal. But Modra just a bit unsure where he was there and did the right thing in taking the mark in the end.
The Crows are coming back hard. Good play by Modra. It was a good catch in mark in the end because he had to take in the two outstretched hands running with the flight. There's Pittman, a big thump. The half forward, Rowe gets it out to McDermott. He tried to chip it in towards full forward, but off the side of the boot. Gilbert and Modra, and Gilbert forces it to the line. And that'll be a good clash, that one.
Yes, and Chris McDermott just a little bit just chastising himself there. It's about the second or third poor kick he's had. He knows he has to do a little better. He worked so hard to get the footy, you've got to do something with it.
Chris Groom to do the ruck work against Steins. Steins with the left hand gets it down to the base of the pack. Len Lovett shuffles it out. Steins again. Adelaide putting on the pressure out there at half forward. The umpire has found a free kick in that pack, and it will go to Stephen Phoebe, to centre wing. Pittman puts himself in front. Oh, great mark by Schwartz. Terrific mark. David Schwartz in centre wing. Bombs it in towards half forward. Players set themselves over the back of the pack. Oh, they charge in up, and Andy Lovell brilliantly on the right foot. He hooks it in a goal, and he has kicked the behind.
1-2 to Lovell, who had his best season last year. Was runner-up to Glenn Lovett in Melbourne's champion trophy. Ben Hart, very short, gets away with it to Maynard. Lyon holds him up. Now Hart might provide something. Maynard, lazy kick, just leant back and kicked it high. No distance. Here's Tingay. They might make Maynard pay for this. Tingay goes for it. Ben Hart had it covered, I think. Was happy in the end. Could see he was going to miss the goal. Realised Lyon was coming back and conceded the behind.
Bruce, that option you spoke about with Maynard coming to Hart on this side rather than going the outer side certainly was the better option.
Especially the way he kicked it, Ross.
Oh, that made it worse.
Hart goes bang down the centre. Pittman outnumbered. Had Schwartz and Steins. Here's Viney to Tingay, who should straighten up and go. He does to full forward. Maynard gets back. With him was Pickering giving away a free kick. Didn't like it, Peter?
I'm not making any more comments on umpires for the game.
Bickley's been quiet. Goes over the top. Rouvray from half-back to centre wing. Lovett and Liptak. Liptak gets into his back, gives away a free kick. So Brett Lovett, who was one of Melbourne's stars until 2 years ago, when he had a slump in form and has never really been able to get himself back to that high level.
He's a state player. Malcolm Blight rated him as one of the best distributors of the footy in the league.
Now, it's been brought back to Brett Lovett. Testing time for Melbourne. They've played some great quarters of football this year, but have been very inconsistent. So Adelaide mounting a challenge here. Now the half-forward Wiedemann and Schwartz. Oh, Schwartz very strong overhead, but he's got to move this ball quickly to Lyon now. The leader's on. Lyon and Hart. Lyon marks. And good play by Schwartz because Lyon was one out, Ross.
Yes, and he had to get it on quickly, as you said, Pete, which he did. He got the ball over the man on the mark quickly enough. And a well-weighted kick too. Bickley not able to get back there far enough. Well done.
Gary Lyon has kicked 2 goals. He kicks here from 40 metres. Oh, he laid back on that one and put it through for a behind. So Melbourne's kicking pretty ordinary. 4 goals, 8 to 2-4.
2-2 to Lyon.
Think he'll end up, Ross, as a specialist full forward?
I think if they can afford to keep him there, but if Jakovic comes back in, Bruce, that's the trouble. You can't have both of them up that end of the ground.
Jakovic kicked 5 goals in the reserves on the weekend.
Well, you'd expect him back at some stage. He's got immense talent. Lee had few options, took his time. Oh, Sean, what a mighty mark. Wonderful mark. And really got out there without any help. Not a good kick. Hart with a stretch. It's been a good duel, Hart and Lyon. Now forced to come back. Greg Anderson very short. Just 18 years of age, Ben Hart. Played them all last year. Goes wide to Pittman, who gets around Greg Healy and then goes bang into the centre square. Schwartz, Groom, Brett Lovett swings a handball very wide to Stephen Phoebe, who was going to give it to Chingay, decided against it, goes out short to Greg Healy, free kick against Scott Lee. So Healy from half forward. Ex-Melbourne captain and best and fairest. A bad knee injury. Viney, Lovell to kick a goal. Drop punt through.
At BP, we train our staff to be quicker and more efficient. Not to mention friendly, which makes your local BP service station a better place to be now, and we're working on ways to make it better in the future. BP, on the move.
Well, Schwartz is off the ground for Melbourne. That's an unusual move. Just taking a couple of big marks, and Cowell is back on the ground. Now here's Groom at half forward for Adelaide. Well done, a quick kick to the half forward line. Rowe and Hopgood. Hopgood's been very impressive, number 30. Well done though by Rowe. Gets it to Brown, the umpire said a throw.
Because he's got no left-hand handball, Pete. Try to handball his right hand.
Yep, there's Hopgood on the left foot. Steins is there. It's thumped down to Jarman. Jarman, clever hand pass to Wayne Wiedemann. Wiedemann to half forward. The pack develops. Sean White in front. Can't take the mark. At the back is Anderson. Greg Anderson looking for a hand pass. He's caught. Oh! Well, he's set too high.
Yes,
they might have got him. Let's have a look. He got him, did he? Yes, an arm around and then it slipped down.
Yep.
So initially probably a little bit high. The tackle, and the arm slipped down around the waist. So umpire correct as we see Anderson in towards full forward, and the ball has rolled over the back for behind the Melbourne supporters, still hooting, but I think they saw the last of the tackle and not the initial part. 5-8 plays 2-5.
Low scoring, tense and tight match of the MCG. Gilbert, 14th team against first, 14th team in front. Pittman was at the front of the pack. Hopgood's been very good. Out to Chingay. Low left footer, hugging the boundary line, wanting it to go out. Bickley's been off his game today. Normally one of Adelaide's very best. Handball was slow to Tregenza. His handball was slow under pressure but out of play.
We haven't seen much of Tregenza, Ross.
No, he's been kept in check well, and as Bruce said, Bickley normally gives him great drive off half back to set up play.
Tregenza really relies on players giving it to him. That's too, right. Doesn't he?
Yep. He's only had 3 handballs so far.
Well, he does feed off that centre line a lot, and if they don't get the footy, it's going to make it harder for him. Here's Maynard, went to ground, got a free kick, was a bit lucky. It was there, but he did duck.
Yes, I think it was there all right.
Goes wide, Pittman. Wren played for West Adelaide yesterday. You'd expect him back, but Pittman's done enough to hold on. Now, Modra calling for it. Pittman goes to centre half forward. Modra very late. Groom in the front. Hopgood under pressure. Threw it up. Modra to kick his third. Goes bang, misses behind.
Well, young Hopgood should have put his boot to it, shouldn't he, really?
That defensive area got to.
2-1 for Modra, and looking dangerous at 5-8 to 2-6. And this game has picked up a bit, hasn't it?
This is Stephen Phoebe. Oh, good kick, because he was the only man he could have picked out was Pickering. Umpire's called play on here. Now he gives it over to Rode. Oh, Rode dummies the hand pass. That was good play, Peter Rode. Now he's looking for Steins. Steins has got a couple to beat. He can't beat Rodney Maynard. He gives it off to Wiedemann. Wiedemann back. Oh, he's got himself into trouble. Now Pittman. Pittman has found Jamison. Jamison on the left foot brings it to half forward. Sean White at the back, but at the man at the front. Has he taken the mark? I think it's Groom.
Yes, it is, Pete.
It is Groom.
Yes, he's the player who, in the absence of John Klug, who was definitely a terrific centre-half forward for the Crows when he was there, this fellow could fill that void.
So Chris Groom, a second opportunity to kick for goal from 50 metres, directly in front. The centre-half forward, a nice-looking kick. And he's sneaking in. I think he did. It's a goal.
It's fantastic.
Incredible.
They say it's full of cheese.
Oh yeah, you can tell.
It's McDonald's Triple Cheeseburger. 1, 2, 3 slices of cheese, 3 all beef patties with ketchup, mustard, pickles and onions.
It is full of cheese.
McDonald's Triple Cheeseburger.
I wish this could last forever.
No, it's only for a limited time.
It's Max time.
Crows coming back strongly at the MCG. 38-24. Tregenza out of the centre square. 2 centre-half forward, Pike in the right spot. Groom, unfortunately, the Tregenza kick didn't give him much chance. Groom has given Adelaide a little bit there since coming on. It's going to be a very good player. Now, Martin Pike. Rough, tough-looking fellow, ex-Norwood. Out towards centre wing. Maynard in a jostling match there with Pickering. They're both held up. Pittman. Savage decision there, I felt. A bit hard on him.
He didn't have a chance.
Pickering to Brett Lovett. Inside. Stephen Phoebe. Centering kick. Not good. Pickley to Ben Hart. Clever play by Ben Hart because you could see Tregenza wasn't completely clear. Then he holds up Neats for his captain McDermott. To Liptak, who's had a quiet day, came off in the first quarter. Centre wing. It's a goal-kicking half-forward rover. Gives it away. Jamison. Free kick down the ground.
That was late-ish, but I wouldn't have thought it was that late.
Against Obst.
Yeah.
Let's have a look now. He's got to make an attempt. Let's face it. He has paid 50 metres.
It was only the fact that Jamison's leg was so high.
That's the reason he fell over. His leg was in the air. That is dreadful umpiring.
And Modra has got the free kick down the ground and will kick from about 30 metres out straight in front. The drop punt, his kick to goal is third.
It's sale time at Foodland and the savings are kicking on. Like Aura laundry liquid flying out at $1.99. Cotty's jams dropped to just $1.69. Sanitarium wheat mix, a real winner at $1.99. Paul's or Deep Spring soft drinks, just 69 cents. Foodland fresh legs of lamb, $3.99 a kilo. And score 2 kilo bags of apples or pears for $1.59.
Foodland, the money's all buzzes, yeah.
Melbourne by 8 points here. Crows mounting a challenge as we see David Brown receiving from McDermott. Over the back, Adelaide a chance. Modra gets it out to Rowe. Rowe centres the ball. A clever little attempted kick taken away by Andrew Obst. He thumps it back to the boundary line and over the line.
GPD had 2 options, right?
Yeah, I thought that's much clever, but it just wasn't a very good kick in the end.
I think the intention was right. It was just a poor kick.
Effort, yeah.
As we see Groom and Steins. Steins trying to grab it out of the ruck. He's got it. Now that could be holding the ball. No, the umpire's let it go. He's a bit lucky there, Jimmy Steins, as it was tapped further afield by Stephen Phoebe. I thought Steins had that ball the whole time, Ross.
He did. He got swung around and finally got onto his boot.
He
was lucky.
Steins and Pittman over the back. Glenn Lovett. David Brown is in there after it. Taken away by Brett Lovett. A quick kick to centre wing. Wiedemann the flyer. No mark. And that could be a free kick to Adelaide for in the back. I don't think there's any doubt about that one. And a kick to be taken by Chris McDermott.
7-3 from McDermott. The big possession getter for Adelaide. Not today, but over the last year and a bit, Gilbert. Here's Rowe. Doesn't finish off very well and just hung on to it a little long, and the smother was good. Just without being too critical of Stephen Rowe, he lacks that real finesse to finish off, doesn't he?
Yep.
Just brave and courageous, but here's Groom, quick kick. Modra got a reasonable bounce. Gilbert under pressure. Got away with it very well to Glenn Lovett. Good defensive footy by Melbourne. To centre wing, an important ball. Jamison, if he doesn't fall over. Left foot centering kick. Jarman sits, waits. Still Jarman. Obbs took it off him cleverly. Viney caught. Anderson's tackle. Obbs' tackle was good. Free kick Melbourne. Well played, Demons. They held it up.
Geez, three terrific tackles there.
Stephen Phoebe at half-back. He can chip it across to Sean White. He's found him. Now White dummies the hand pass and chips it further afield to Tingay, who marks, well, halfway between half-back and centre wing. The Swartz come warming up. Now, here's Peter Road to the half-forward line. The Adelaide players, or there are many of them, almost a mark to Adelaide then. As it's shuffled out to Cowell, Big Pittman working very, very hard. Taken away by Glenn Lovett, looking for Pickering. Wiedemann crashes his way through the pack. Here's Peter Road. Oh, great skill by Road and a clever little hand pass. He's caught though, and that was Neitz. Now it's Cowell. He's trying to get a hand pass in. Eventually it's forced over the line and hurt his handy Lovell, and he'll have to come off the ground and Swartz on. So it's half forward for Melbourne. A vital few minutes coming up here. Greg Anderson to David Brown. Brown a chip kick. Centre of the ground is Rowe. Rowe trapped that beautifully. On to lip tack. Adelaide off and running. This is Groom. Outside is Tregenza. Groom comes back. He was looking for lip tack. Now he gets it himself. Oh, he's talented, Groom. Oh, magnificent smother, Tingay. Groom is caught. He was swarming in after them. Were all Melbourne players. It's shuffled out. That is Groom again. David Brown on the left foot. Straightens up. Bangs at goal. And he has missed. So a big opportunity for the little half forward there. Margin 7 points in favour of Melbourne.
There's some pressure across half-back there, wasn't it? It's terrific. The other interchange that happened when Lovell came off, Grinter came onto the ground and Pickering was off.
So double change by Baum. Here's Tregenza caught by Brett Lovett. McDermott. All pressure there by Bickley. Quick kick to half forward. Groom in the front. Pike at the back. Cowell fell over. Pittman ran over the top of him. Here's Tingay. 7 point margin. Good kick, Tingay. Quick handball over the top was not good by the Demons. Mistake made there by Healy. Jarman. McDermott. Tregenza. Good play by Bickley. Tregenza towards Modra. Great mark. He's a wonderful mark under pressure. He's a talented footballer.
Gee, that assisting shepherd by Bickley to allow Tregenza to get through just made all the difference there. His preparedness to help his teammate there unselfishly, and you finish up with a shot at goal.
Well, he's a very, very exciting full forward. He's kicked 3. He's kicked 25 so far this year. From 45 metres out. High drop punt. Misses are behind. 3-2 to Modra. 1 goal the difference. But you get the feeling if Adelaide are in front at half-time, they'll take some stopping.
They're right back in it, Adelaide. There's Andy Lovell receiving some treatment.
Just wonder, don't you, Peter and Ross, where Melbourne are going to get their goals from now?
They're struggling.
It has to be Gary Lyon, and yet he's being picked up by a top player in Ben Hart. Gilbert with the big job on Modra. Oh, an ordinary kick, a wobbly one, but it came off. And taking the mark out there is Todd Miney, another former South Australian playing in this game. Now there's Jimmy Stiles not taking his overhead marks. Well played by Scott Lee. On to Brown, on to McDermott. Now McGuinness. McGuinness sets it up. Modra and Gilbert. Modra at the front, Gilbert at the back. Jarman over his head. Has missed.
That's a freak, isn't it?
Great attempt by Andrew Jarman.
I don't suppose many players would even thought about a shot like that.
He's a lair, isn't he? 5'8", 4. No, and I mean it in the nicest possible way.
I think he'd enjoy that.
It's a compliment. Obst. Goes wide. Phoebe. McGuinness has been quieter in this term. Phoebe's kick towards centre wing. Bickley went up. Steins probably should have left it for Grinter. Cowell there. Now Glenn Lovett under a bit of pressure. Left foot high one. Scott Lee gets back and takes it at half back. And as I said earlier, suddenly Melbourne's forward line is lacking potency. There's not many options for them. Bickley from half back. Schwartz was in the front spot. They had the numbers, Melbourne. Brett Lovett under a bit of pressure. Liptak held on too long. It was careless by Liptak because Adelaide had it.
He did handball it away, Brett Lovett.
Sticky touch with Peter, but it was there. There's Steins.
Well, here's Jimmy Steins at half back. Good effort by the big man to be playing today as he brings it towards the centre of the ground. No mark. There's Maynard. Quick hand pass to Jarman. Wiedemann. Free kick. No doubt about that. Too high on Wayne Wiedemann. He's playing well. He's pushing his way through the packs. Now, Modra and Steins. He didn't have much hope then, Tony Modra, as Steins took front position. On to Pike. Now Schwartz. Schwartz to centre wing. And the mark has been taken there by Rodney Grinter, and the Melbourne supporters love Grinter. On the left foot. No mark. Cowell. Now a chance. Sean White. Big chance here for Melbourne. As the quick kick is by Rowe. He's found Healy. Now he should kick it now because Lyon has won out. Oh, my goodness me. There is Scott Lee getting it to McGuinness. Over to Pittman. Now Maynard, and Adelaide will rebound here as Wayne Wiedemann crashes his way through. Now Anderson gets a quick kick to it. He's bundled off the ball though. Sean White, Jimmy Steins. They're still going in after it. Schwartz. Hand pass inside. The Steins, a bad hand pass, but Grinter was covered. Scott Lee, well done by Grinter. Now Cowell on the line, and Lyon is marked right on the boundary line. Now he can kick it to Tingay. Now he's on his own in the square. There's the kick. He's found him. Good play, Lyon.
Well, they couldn't have forced themselves any wider in that build-up, but good play by Tingay to get down there.
Good thinking by Gary Lyon. Some players would have turned the back and gone back. But look at the angle. And the Melbourne supporters not happy, but the umpire technically very right. And what will he do? These aren't easy. Will he run out, or will he do a banana kick, or will he have a straight kick? Oh, look at that. It's out of bounds on the full. Now, I don't know why Stephen Tingay wouldn't open up the goals and have a snapshot from there.
Just even duck around on his left foot a little.
Just do something. You don't have a set shot from that boundary.
I think, yes, looking back, he probably should have kicked it after he marked it because he had a free goal, didn't he? He could have kicked the goal easily.
Dropped it quickly under his boot. He was concerned about falling over the line.
Well, a real let-off for Adelaide. Maynard kicked to half-back. Schwartz, big leap at the back. Handball by Pittman to Tregenza to Brown. Now the numbers are there for Adelaide. He's got McDermott and Jarman running for him. Brown chips a pass, goes short. Liptak, Jarman. Left foot. Groom and Pike. Free kick Pike. The Jarman kick wasn't that good in the end, was it? It was blind and around the corner.
Yes, he was looking for the quick handball option. The one he wanted firstly was covered. There's 50.
They badly need another one, Melbourne, don't they?
Yes, to give them a breathing space, Peter. 5 points in front, but
it's been Adelaide's quarter.
At one stage, Melbourne were 5 goals in front. Maynard from the side, Wiedemann. Grinter ran onto it. Hurried handball away by Scott Lee. Tingay. Not a good kick. Ben Hart.
I don't think Stephen Tingay thinks quickly enough or something.
Gee, look at Tregenza way out on his own at half-back, but he's not going to go there.
There's the kick. Now, Phoebe sets himself at the back. He could have marked that, but he did the discipline thing. Hand pass from Healy, receiving from Rode on the line, and that was from Cowell. Now, that's better play. Gary Lyon's the man, if they're to win this game, has to kick goals.
No question, Pete. Cowell, lovely kick from Cowell. Had to be correct. It was.
They need this badly, Melbourne, because Adelaide have mounted a real challenge in this term. There's the kick. Never really looked like it. They're behind all the way, that kick.
2-3, Pete, to Gary Lyon.
Well,
kicked the hardest one too, didn't he?
Yep.
5 points the margin. And we have just over 2 minutes of play left in this second term. Paul Rouvray, a booming kick to the half-back line. Pittman in front. The ball hits the deck. Chingay went without it. Pittman again. He works hard for a big man. Pittman, he was pushed in the back then. Umpire paying the advantage to Tregenza. Tregenza with his great pace coming around centre wing. On to Jarman. He'll probably go back to Tregenza. He will. Simon Tregenza. He's racing. Oh, don't tell me he'll kick a goal. He centres the ball. Hopgood goes up. And he takes a saving mark, Paul Hopgood. But great running dash that by Simon Tregenza.
Straight down the centre by Hopgood. McDermott underneath. Brett Lovett to Glenn Lovett. Well done. Campbell not so good. Tingay missed it. Steins missed it. Tingay crashes through. Tries to break the tackle. McDermott's quick hands. Anderson's kick had too much on it for Rowe. Gives Ops the chance. Handball okay. Away go Melbourne through Rowe to Brett Lovett. The Anderson kick wasn't so good for Adelaide. Brett Lovett's kick to half forward. Neats in the front spot. Bickley. Lyons got hold of him. Greg Healy. Neats. Chance here. Schwartz it back. Rouvray did well. Lyon bang. Goal. 3 to the captain. 3-3 and just what Neil Barn would have wanted.
It's interesting, Bruce. All that work done by McGuinness and Tregenza carrying that ball down the other side. Tregenza just one bounce too many for mine. The lead was on for Modger. Now the ball turns around. Some hard work midfield. Nearly an effort there. Good mark nearly to Schwartz, but then what a great snap by the skipper.
Max, what's the story with Lovell?
Andy Lovell is available to come back onto the ground. He copped a severe hit in the lower groin region.
But he is okay to keep playing. Okay, good news for Melbourne. 6-9 to 4-9. We're inside the last 30 seconds, so pretty important here. You reckon Melbourne would be where they'd want to be at the moment. Adelaide need a late goal. Modra with a fly. Brett Lovett. Melbourne holding it up. Peter Rhodes been an excellent defender. To centre wing. 15 seconds remaining. Tregenza. High. Adelaide need the mark. Grooms outnumbered. 3-1. Liptak. Left foot. 5 seconds remaining. Gilbert and Modra. 3 seconds. 2. Siren. Well, he's a cheeky sausage, that Gilbert. Just gave Groom one for half-time. 6-9, 4-9, and it's about right, you'd think. Adelaide made a spirited challenge, but Melbourne on top for nearly the first 1.5 quarters, and then Adelaide got back, but Melbourne with a late goal in a low-scoring game, lead by 2 at half-time. It's 6-9 to 4-9.
Tonight, visit an absolutely wild animal hospital.
Come on, exercise.
Discover the Aussie dog bred specially for allergy sufferers.
Meet the Labradoodle.
There's the cute pup who keeps up with Olympian Kathy Freeman and strange cats called ragdolls.
These cats have brought our residents great joy.
Plus, the story about kids and horses that'll melt your heart and a chance to meet a superstar or two.
Really?
The Commonwealth Bank presents the #1 family fun of Talk to the Animals. 6:30 tonight on 7.
Only 1 hour from Adelaide and in the heart of Whale Territory, McCracken Country Club, Victor Harbour, offers a lifestyle with recreational facilities unique to South Australia. With stages 1, 2 and 3 completely sold out, off-the-plan allotments in the new Riverside release are now available for immediate sale. The allotments, suitable for permanent or holiday living, are priced from only $29,000. Experience a slice of the good life at McCracken Country Club. Call Brock Partners for details.
Saturday, 34 degrees.
Well, moving in today, it looks like some. Okay.
In a country as unpredictable as Australia, your family deserves all the protection you can give them. The powerful Australian designed and built Mitsubishi Verada V6 wagon.
When the need arises, it's comforting to know there's an Alfred James funeral home close by. You'll find us on the South Road at Morford Vale, Marion Road, Plimpton South, Unley Road, Unley, Prospect Road, Prospect, Port Road, Alberton, and Henley Beach Road, Mile End. We can advise on funeral arrangements, bereavement education, or our prepaid funeral plan. Alfred James Funeral Homes, when the need arises.
Get ready for the big one. This time, they've gone too far. Chunky Custard are back with the massive new 70s extravaganza. Chunky Custard's cast of all new sizzling stars direct from their world tour, including Paul McChunky, Elton Gone Wrong, Plastic Bird Bar, and the Custard Tart. It's huge. It's massive. It's Chunky Custard. A guaranteed good time.
Live this Sunday night at the Old Line Hotel.
We found they've given us real solid security.
After my husband's death, without their help, I would not have survived.
People over 55, talking about the people at Patrick Whelan Investments.
Anything they recommend, I do, and I don't have any ways.
Patrick Whelan Investments, independent investment advice for people over 55.
They have always given me the very best advice.
Patrick Whelan Investments.
Gary Lyon with 3 goals. Anthony Modra with 3 have been the leading goal scorers. Melbourne kicked 3-4 in that turn to Adelaide 4-7. And at half-time, it's the Demons 6-9 to Adelaide 4-9 as Peter McKenna and Ross Glendinning take a look at the first half.
Well, an excellent half of football. It was all Melbourne in the first quarter, but Adelaide came back and they were getting on top then. They had far more scoring shots. Started to get it out of midfield a lot more, Ross.
Well, I'm not sure they've had a quarter of footy where they haven't kicked a goal, but since they've been in the competition. But they certainly, their forward line structure with Hodges and Modra there, and also if you've got the other player, Robin, on the ground, it just isn't the right mix for them. So their selection, we mentioned just before coming to air, perhaps a bit of a problem there. And Hodges now, because you can't play him anywhere else, particularly back, then you have a player who's not really much value for you. But top marks to Adelaide, they did come back, but their midfield were better. But even so, Obst has still done a terrific job on Jarman, and Viney finding McGuinness a bit quick, but McGuinness's influence in that quarter not as great as the first.
As we have a look at the match stats, and well, Melbourne have had plenty of the ball, as you can see, 119 and 81 to 103 and 73. Marks there, that's surprising, 49 to 29, Ross.
Well, they're chipping the ball around quite nicely, Melbourne, and the centre breaks there reasonably even, and that 50-metre penalty, well, it was a bit of a silly one in my book, but it's not a bad duel between Pittman and Steins. I think they've come out fairly even.
Peter McKenna and Ross Glendinning taking a look at the first half. What a week it's been if you're a Sydney Swans supporter. Gary Buckenara sacked on Tuesday. Speculation surrounding the coach. Who will it be? Ron Barassi emerging as a hot favourite come the weekend. John Casey takes a look back at the week.
Oh, look at this. Jarman's kept on going. Easy goal to Darren Jarman.
The Swans' on-field performances this season at times haven't been of a standard you'd expect in the AFL, and it was that statistic more than any other that led to the demise of Gary Buckenara.
We have to perform now. We're losing crowds. I mean, in the middle of that game, I had one of our major sponsors walk out at half-time, and a major sponsor at a very large level, and he has simply indicated that he's not coming back until we start performing better, and that is what the average member is doing as well. Our membership renewals are down, and unless we start winning, and it's very unfortunate that Gary happens to be the chappie there, but unless we start winning, the people aren't going to come, and without the people coming, we haven't got the finances, and the club will fold.
Buckenara was assistant coach at Fitzroy when the Swans hired him, and he brought immediate success with a shock 3-point win over the West Coast Eagles in his debut AFL game. In fact, from his first 7 matches as coach, Buckenara lost only 3. But since then, including practice games, the Swans have suffered 22 consecutive losses, leaving an enormous task for Buckenara's successor.
He has to come into the job with his eyes wide open. It's certainly, unless he's a New South Wales person, and I don't know who they have in mind, but certainly coming from the football states, you have no idea of what the little things happen up here that affect you as a coach and affect your team. So, really to do his homework and to try and get all the players together, try and lift the confidence up of the team, and hopefully the team can get behind him and support him.
It's obvious Gary Buckenara was a victim of circumstance. This year, the club recruited heavily. For the first match of the season, the Swans set an AFL record, naming no less than 12 debutants. Basically, Buckenara was given 3 games with a new team, and the players are disappointed the coach has paid for their deficiencies.
Do players accept some responsibility for it?
I think we've got to. As I said before, Gary can only do so much.
he can tell us what to do and what he thinks we need to do to win games. And if we don't go out there and carry them out, it's got to come back to us at some stage,
Since moving to Sydney in 1982, the Swans have had 6 coaches. Bacanara is the second to be axed during a season. Only one, Tom Hafey, has taken the Swans to the finals.
When you're down in Melbourne, you really don't understand how difficult it is up here in Sydney, and I think the next coach that we have to look at has to have some knowledge, if possible, of how hard it really is up here.
John Casey taking a look at the Sydney Swans and their coaching position, and we should know by Wednesday just who will be coaching them for the remainder of 1993. Okay, let's have a look now at the Norwich Rising Star nomination for round 4, and it's the baby bomber, Joe Masiti. The former Tour Cup player picked up 37 positions in a best-on-ground display against Sydney last Sunday. His performance puts him in the running for the $10,000 prize to be awarded at the end of the 1993 season.
Fast Forward presents Full Frontal, soon on 7.
What is now adding bacon to baked beans and spaghetti? There's a clue here somewhere. What is now adding bacon to baked beans and spaghetti? And very nice it tastes too. Oink, oink.
Mario Mayola Promotions presents for the first time in Australia, Society of 7. Direct from Honolulu, internationally acclaimed Society of 7 bring new meaning to the word variety with incredible impersonations, brilliant choreography, fantastic costumes and musical genius. There's another man behind you. Christmas season, November 23rd to December 19th. Group bookings phone 269-6676, 269-6676 or book at Max. Social clubs book early.
Because QCO believes showers are meant to clean people and not the other way around, our shower screens are specifically designed for easy cleaning, with swivel and slide panels or streamlined pivot doors. No bottom track and no nooks and crannies to collect dirt and grime. So your shower can spend more time cleaning you than you spend cleaning your shower. Call QCO today to arrange a free measure and quote. QCO, better by design.
Problem. Your family love KFC chicken Italiano, but the kids don't want Italian tonight. Solution, mix and match. You have chicken Italiano, and the bambini have the Colonel's original recipe. Today's KFC, I like it like that.
She's getting extra attention from her boss.
He's been bothering me.
The worst kind of attention.
You mean in a sexual way?
And now, he's pushed her too far.
Just let me do my job.
The Heat, 9:30 Tuesday, after Australia's Most Wanted.
Welcome back to the MCG. As I said earlier today, at the end of this match for Adelaide viewers, a replay of St Kilda and Carlton. We do have a half-time score. If you don't want to know, look away now. And the other match, a progress score here from the Gabba between Geelong and Brisbane. And a big surprise because I looked at the scoreboard at one stage and Geelong was 7-9 to 2-2 and the progress score is 9-4 to 8-11. Geelong a point in front. Now this is not confirmed, but we've heard down the line that Gary Ablett has been reported for allegedly striking John Gastev. That is not completely official at this stage, but that's what we've been told down the line. Time now for one of our popular segments. It's The Man in the Year, and our subject this week, as Neil Poe takes a look at, Graham Moss.
McDonald's presents The Man and the Year.
1976 was the year the two-umpire system was introduced to the VFL. The year Malcolm Blight kicked one of football's longest goals to snatch victory for North Melbourne over Carlton in round 10. Hawthorn won their third premiership, dedicating the victory to ailing captain Peter Crimmins, who died of cancer just 3 days later. And 1976 was the year Graham Moss became the first West Australian to win the Brownlow medal.
The fairest and best player in the Victoria Football League of the Essendon Club, Mr. Graham Moss.
I went across in 73. I turned 23 that year, so I'd had and played 80-odd games for Claremont and a few games for Western Australia. So, I was well experienced. I wasn't a big name player, but I managed to settle into Victorian football pretty quickly. In 76, I was made captain of Essendon. I think that gave me added responsibility and perhaps lifted my performance to a certain degree. I just had a good year.
Moss made a big impression on the VFL in his short 4-season career with Essendon. In 1973, he was runner-up to Keith Gregg in the Brownlow. In 74, he finished 10th. In 75, he came third, 2 votes behind Gary Dempsey. And with both umpires casting votes, took the 76 medal ahead of Peter Knights.
Is that the highlight of your career?
No, I think that's certainly one of the highlights, but I think the highlight of my football career was winning a premiership with Claremont in 81. I came back from Melbourne to coach. It took a number of years to build the team up, and in 81 it all clicked and we won the premiership. And I think any footballer will say that winning a premiership is the greatest moment of their career.
After winning football's highest individual honour, Moss shocked everyone by returning to Claremont the next year.
Malcolm Brown was coaching Claremont in 76 and through a misdemeanor got banned from coaching, I think, for 12 months. So Claremont were looking for a coach. I always wanted to finish my football playing career back with Claremont. The opportunity to coach came up. I thought, well, if I didn't grab it then, it may never come up again.
Moss coached Claremont for 10 years, 7 as captain. The Tigers were finalists 7 times, but successful only the once in 81. Moss left Claremont in 1986 and became one of the pioneers for the West Coast Eagles. He was the club's general manager for its first 2 years, and although not involved with the Eagles now, took some pride in their premiership victory last season.
Yeah, I did. I think there are a lot of people that were involved in the Eagles on the way through. They would have all achieved a sense of fulfilment when the Eagles finally cracked it and won.
These days, Moss has a much more diversified interest in sport as general manager of the Perth Superdrome, WA's multi-purpose state sports centre and venue for the 1991 World Swimming Championships.
I enjoy sport, and it's, I guess when you've played sport yourself, you've got an empathy with sports people, and I think that's important when you're running a venue, that the venue's got to suit the people that are using it, particularly the sports people, from both a training and competition point of view, and I like to think that I've made a contribution in that area.
The name of the game. The name of the game is Australia.
The 7 Network presents an exclusive expose no Australian adults will dare miss.
You got no business here. Do I know you?
This premiere special tracks the infestation of organised crime across the globe, and the facts are frightening.
4 years from now, Hong Kong reverts back to Communist China's control. That means 60 to 80,000 Triad members will be looking for new homes.
Are they coming to Australia? Are they here already? Is this what our cities will become?
Get out of here!
The New Godfathers premieres Wednesday on 7.
Ask the National how much a tailored home loan could save you.
That's an incredible amount of savings.
Anything that saves you money has to be good.
Yeah, I think tailoring is a great idea. Definitely.
Well, that's quite manageable. It's a huge difference.
It is. Do you save some time as well?
Yeah. It's very flexible though, isn't it, obviously?
For saving. There we go. Pretty snazzy.
It's a big saving. Amazing.
Ask the National to tailor a home loan that's just right for you.
Dulux Wash and Wear Flat and Dulux Wash and Wear Low Sheen are Australia's most washable and stain-resistant interior paints. Bring your home to life with Dulux Wash and Wear.
Here we are, cleaners. Yes, where is she? Where's my girl? You get more beautiful every day. See you inside. I think we better get you changed. Thought so.
Nothing more, nothing less. Love is the best, yeah.
come on down to the Port Dock Station Railway Museum this holiday weekend for the 1993 Model Transport and Steam Power Parade. Discover how miniatures are placed in bottles and marvel at the remote-controlled model cars and ships. See an exhibition of model helicopters in flight. There's entertainment for all, with children admitted free. And you could win a family holiday to the Alice, so be early and spend a few hours of fun this weekend at the port.
If you haven't thought of slate, maybe it's time to change your plans. Because right now, when you buy 2 square meters of selected multicolored slate, you'll get another square meter free. Only with Slate. Only from the Slate Place.
What is now making spaghetti Italian style? What is Ben now making a spaghetti Italian style?
Check your local guides for tonight's telecast of NASCAR Ozcar from Calder Park. Going back to that match at the Gabba, at half-time Brisbane kicked a goal right on the siren and lead 10-4 to 8-11 over Geelong. 9 goals for Brisbane in the second term. Max Stevens, what did you learn at half-time?
Well, sorry, Bruce, the siren. Every time you throw to me, that siren goes here at the MCG. Well, Graham Corns hasn't got a lot of options. He's got Hodges and Robran on the bench in that quarter. But I think you'll see a different approach by the Crows in this second half. Now, they say if you can shut Andrew Jarman out of the Crows, well, you can shut down Adelaide, and so far that's been the case today. Also, Graham Corns told them there at half-time that they've got to get back down to the basics. Simple mistakes could cost them the game. I think you'll find that Groom and Hodges will start on the bench in this quarter. Injury update, Andy Lovell will be available to come back on in this third quarter.
In fact, I think Maxie might be out there now as we look at the individuals, some of the matchups. Obst.
Well, Andrew Obst is the player who's picking up Jarman and has negated him quite well and picked up a few touches himself.
Well, Andrew Jarman at this stage of the game, well, he's had 3 and 5, but normally you'd expect a lot more possessions from him. He's a great player, and that just says how well that Obst is doing.
Yes, and Todd Viney is the player picking up Tony McGuinness, and he's having a bit of trouble keeping up with McGuinness's pace, which I must say most people do, but he's still working hard, although his stats aren't showing that.
Well, Tony McGuinness, 8 kicks in the first term, and luckily for Adelaide that he was getting the ball so often. And second term a little bit quieter, but really you've got to concentrate 100% on McGuinness the whole time.
Yes. Jim Stein, 17 touches on the ball, terrific effort, and 7 hit-outs.
And David Pittman, I'm very impressed with Pittman. 9 handballs, but he's worked very, very hard when he hasn't got the ball.
Second half about to commence. Adelaide trail by 2 goals at the MCG. Top team in the table, only unbeaten team so far against the one of the 2 teams that hasn't won a game. Glenn Lover got a high tackle, gets a free kick.
And starting on the bench for Adelaide for this quarter, David Brown and Matthew Robran.
Glenn Lovett and Andy Lovell is out there for Melbourne. Glenn Lovett to half forward. Free kick going against Pickering for hanging on to Maynard. Got hold of his jumper, away from the ball, and Maynard's free kick goes wide. Jamison takes it at half-back centre wing. High drop punt up to half-forward. Groom in the front spot. Pike at the back. Went through Phoebe's legs. White's handball was good to Phoebe. Had a terrific opening term and goes away from half-back with a good kick to Schwartz on the lead. Too far out to goal from 55 metres. Tucked away in the pocket. At that interesting stage in his career, will he go on and be an outstanding footballer? He seems to have it all there. Potential is unlimited. David Schwartz. Drop punt right there to the square, and it hit the post. Well, he got the distance, hit the bottom of the post. I think it cleared the pack. Would have bounced through for a goal, and it's a behind to Melbourne. 6-10 to 4-9. Schwartz's first score. The 20-year-old as Tregenza takes it very short at centre half back from Lee. Goes wide. Maynard. Well, it's going to be a hard one. Should have been a free kick to Liptak, and he does get it.
Matthew Liptak on centre wing. Now, Liptak to half forward. Scott Hodges from the side, but also coming in there was Schwartz. David Schwartz, and they need him taking those big marks. Now he chips it in towards Glenn Lovett. He's found him.
Played on, Pete.
Umpire called play on as Lovett goes wide to Steins. Steins comes inside. That is clever play by. That is magnificent play by Steins to Lovell. Andy Lovell, Lyon, the lead is on. That is clever play, but chipping across the front was Lee. Terrific play by Lee. Now Hart gets it to McGuinness. Tony McGuinness racing around the half-back line. He can still go on with it, but he chips it out wide. Oh, something going on behind the play here.
This is a Shepherd off the ball as McGuinness was running around.
And I think it's Andrew Ops going to be the recipient. Now, let's see who is taking it. Did you see it, Ross?
Yes, it looks as if it was Rouvray, the player who infringed.
Now, Ops chips it across to half forward. Here's Pike over the top. Puts Pickering under pressure. Pickering hooks it back at goal. A high floating kick, one behind only. Michael Pickering with the flat top hairdo, former Richmond player. 6'11 Melbourne, 4'9 Adelaide.
Ex-best and fairest at Richmond, Pickering in 1988. He's played a lot of footy now, 149th game today. And this man's played every game for Adelaide. Maynard, all 48. Goes to McDermott. The two captains together for a moment. Lyon and McDermott. Short. Bickley. Tried a half volley. Cowell goes for goal. High drop punt. And Melbourne chipping away at 6-12 to 4-9. And Adelaide has come out very slowly and lethargically.
But Darren Cowell's done a couple of awful kicks, hasn't he?
One was all right down here where he hit Lyon.
Yeah, and two shockers.
Here's Ben Hart. Sloppy bit of play. Not good. Sometimes you wake up on the wrong side of the bed in the morning, you just feel this whole Adelaide team.
a big chance for a punchline, then we won't use it.
I don't expect the comment.
Half forward for Melbourne, but a free kick to Adelaide. I was dying to say something then, but I won't. McGuinness to the wide open spaces. Oh, beautiful kick to Rouvray. Was he off? I thought he was, and he went to play on. Well, that has to be holding the ball.
That's right, if he had the chance to get rid of it.
If the umpire says play on, right, you play on and get caught. Now, the umpire, he went to play on, then he was grabbed. Well, that's holding the ball. So the umpire now bounces it. Well, I don't know. The bounce at half forward, Pittman doing well. Ball hits the deck. There's Gary Lyon, clever hand pass. Pickering, another hand pass. Glenn Lovett hooking it back in front of goal. A chance for Melbourne here. Top the ground. Andy Lovell races in after it. Thrown away by Neitz. Yes, and the umpire right on the scene. A definite throw and a kick to Andrew Jarman, who gives it out wide to Tregenza.
Loves to run and bounce. Has a second one. Drop punt. Two position. Looking for Maynard, Chingay and Stephen Phoebe get it, and Phoebe runs it out. Well, big part of the game here because Melbourne's opened up on top but haven't been able to put anything on the board except for 3 points. And Adelaide still very much in touch. Phoebe's kicked to centre wing. Bickley worked to the front. Lovell took it off him. Kicked a couple of goals in the first half. Had a bit of an injury. Nice kick to Lyon. It should sit. Ben Hart with him. Here's a good test. Who'll keep on their feet? The sign of a really good player who won't fall over under pressure. Oh. Lyon still with it. Lee gets into his back. Free kick to the Melbourne champion.
Well, that's what you come to see, Ross.
Oh, yeah, a bit stiff Ben Hart too. His teammate gave away the free kick.
Don't you love it, Ross, when top players keep their feet under pressure?
And don't you wouldn't you rather come and see that? Two ball players, Lyon and Hart, than two blokes going out to try and knock someone's head off?
Well, you and I would, but maybe a lot of people that come to the footy have different ideas, Peter.
I'd rather see the skill.
Lyon from the pocket. He kicked one from here in the second term, but in general his kicking's been a bit disappointing. He's kicked 3 and one out of bounds on the fall.
That's not the skill. You want to
Well, McGuinness to bang it back in. 6-12, 4-9. Wouldn't believe it, would you? Absolutely perfect day for footy. Ground in wonderful condition, no real breeze, and goals are like diamonds, hard to find.
Schwartz, the big flyer, taken by Greg Anderson. Over the top, Maynard, Jarman and McDermott. Chris McDermott in towards half forward, should be a mark. It is de Groom, he read that well. Going back with the flight. Now, Chris Groom, he wants to pass this. Yes, the leader's onto the pocket. Greg Anderson it is. So poor checking that by Melbourne. And Greg Anderson will kick from 35 metres on a 45-degree angle. Former Essendon star and Port Adelaide originally, of course. Greg Anderson on that left foot, kicks and goals.
This week on Real Life,
Been in a constant fear,
sexually assaulted while in police custody.
and now I would have no reason to lie about this.
Serious charges dropped without a single question.
I had no doubt that in fact she had been sexually assaulted.
Police refuse to explain.
I don't know if it's a cover-up, but it's a very unsatisfactory way to do an investigation.
And will not name 3 off-duty cops involved in her arrest.
I want to see justice done.
A cry for help. Real Life, 6:30 weeknights.
8 goals for Anderson this season. That's his first today. Glenn Lovett out of the centre. Anderson, Pickering, White. Throw. No, holding the man. So White from centre wing after Peter McKenna called the umpiring action there. Goes to centre half forward. Neats. No mark. Oh, the umpires played the advantage. Now this is Tingay in the line. Oh, free kick. Trip. Free kick to Gary Lyon, and Ben Hart knows it. He was an accidental trip. I think there was a push as well, actually.
Yes, he was trying to set himself for a spoil, Pete.
Have a look.
Just his foot comes across Lyon's left one. Down he went.
And Gary Lyon, as Pittman's coming off the ground, and Robrin on. So Robrin might do a bit of ruck work. As you see, they need this, Melbourne. Gary Lyon, a pretty acute angle. Kicks. It starts to swing. Did it swing enough? No. One behind. So this is wasteful football by Melbourne this quarter. They've had most of the play. And look at that, 6-13 to 5-9 as Pittman getting some treatment for an ankle injury. Lee, now Lions kick 3, 4 and 1 out of bounds on the 4. Robin immediately into the action. Steins, good mark.
He's being held on to anyway.
He's unbelievable, Steins. Centering kick, not good. McDermott had the chance. Lovell tried to tap it forward. McGuinness, not many out options. Anderson will want to get rid of it. Reflex was all right. Maynard. Now Adelaide set it up quickly to Jamison. Stops, props. Then kicks towards the centre square. Groom in the front. Steins back there, covering a lot of ground. Stephen Phoebe. Adelaide hold it up. Free kick against Jarman. Over the top with Phoebe. Just ran into his back when Phoebe went to ground. And Phoebe, looking to square it, decides to go a little more directly. And it's not a bad kick, though. Missed by Cowell. He should have taken it. Wiedemann shrugs one tackle. Bickley goes back. Gets Rouvray. Squeezes it around. Now Tregenza looks for the bounce. Quickly onto the boot. Oh, gee.
It's got to be a handball, surely, the first option, rather than try and kick, unless the call didn't come from his teammate. As we see a change being made. Cowell off and Greg Healy on.
Mistake by Cowell a moment ago. So the Melbourne lead by 10 points. Steins. Oh, well played. To Todd Viney, and good kick by Viney, a 60-metre to position. Rouvray carrying it against the play. Did get rid of it at least. Pressure on Adelaide. Bickley can give it away and does to Lee, who should run with it a bit. Squares it. Wiedemann. Well, Adelaide making mistakes. Tingay. Healy to Tingay. To the goal square. Ben Hart. And also Rodney Maynard. And Maynard about to take it away from half-back. Well, I mentioned earlier, Tingay does not think quickly enough. There was no one to kick it to. He just blazed away instead of chipping it in short. There's McDermott down to Groom. Groom has dropped the mark. Shuffled away as received by Steins. And that original hair pass was from Hopgood. Pike to the half-back line. Taken by Todd Viney. Viney will chip it to centre wing. Always sets Pickering up here, but Pickering has it thumped away, and that was by Rodney Maynard. But getting back to Tingay, he just doesn't use that ball well enough.
Isn't it?
Wasteful. He kicked to a space before there was no one there for Melbourne. Robrin goes against Steins. McDermott's handball to McGuinness, to Wiedemann, to Jarman. Adelaide trying to set it up. Jarman from centre wing. Groom and Pike, they've had a pretty good jaw. And a lovely mark this time to Pike. But Groom has been a better option than Hodges or Robrin up forward.
They've only had one kick between them, Robin and Hodges. Scotty hasn't touched the footy yet. Kick by Phoebe, okay to Lovell. Back to Rode, who's been outstanding. Good mark up the back by Lee. Handball not all that good. McGuinness takes a little long. Got every inch out of that to half forward. So Adelaide breaking down in this term. Rode on the up was good footy. Hopgood, lovely kick. Finds the boundary line. And well played again by Melbourne. What's the story with Pittman, Max?
David Pittman's got a slight ankle strain, but he will be available to come back if required.
Well, he may well be as David Brown gets himself ready.
Centre wing, Steins takes it out of the ruck. Oh, he's been brilliant, Steins. That was Kingay, a better option onto Phoebe. Beautiful kick by Phoebe, has found Neitz now. Lyon's one out if he kicks it now. The lead is on by Lyon. To the half-forward line, can he get there? No, it's wide. Lyon and Hart. Still Lyon and Hart. Hart with pace. Great play by the youngster. Shuffles it over the top to Greg Anderson. He's off and running, Anderson. A clever kick. Great vision by Anderson to Maynard. Maynard looking, he's off. He's caught. Holding the ball. Yes. And the advantage paid? No, because the free kick, a bit of cramp, I think, to Andrew Hobbs. Now he gets up and brings it in towards full forward. Rouvray and Schwartz. Schwartz thumps at the ground. Rouvray recovers well. Paul Rouvray across the face of goal. And he has found Matthew Robrin.
Went to play on, but 50 metres now against Pickering. Running over the mark.
Yeah, the umpire had caught him back and he wouldn't come back, so the penalty's there.
Well, this game in the balance, both teams finding it very hard to get any sort of flow up forward. Groom with a fly, no free kick. Anderson tried to hold up Viney, punched away by Hopgood to Healy, run down brilliantly by McGuinness, rips it off him. Superb footy. McGuinness goes to Liptak with a good kick. It was a big turnover, as they say, that new terminology used in the 90s. Goes short to Modra, big stretch. Still Modra, handball excellent. Brown, left foot, squaring kick, touched. A bounce out of play.
I mean, the electrifying pace is just amazing, McGuinness. Terrific chasing. Now, Brown there, why didn't come around on his right foot? I don't know, but he goes to his left. Ball smothered. Wasted opportunity.
Adelaide's firepower's down, Ross, because Brown and Liptak are normally good for 3 or 4 between them. Hodges and Robrin are struggling, and Modra's being held. Liptak went without it. Brown's handball. Anderson, left foot. Right there, Hodges with a big fly. Still unable to take it. Hopgood attacks it strongly. Love it. Glenn concedes a behind. And Adelaide crawl up to 5-10. And it is a crawl, but Melbourne are not going much quicker. It's like a couple of draft horses under the whip at the moment. 6-13 to 5-10.
Chingay, good mark because McDermott came in late and put the pressure on him. Peter Rode, clever little chip pass to Lovett. That was Brett Lovett giving it to Glenn Lovett. Glenn Lovett on the left foot. A beautifully weighted kick that. That is an excellent kick to Andy Lovell. And Lovell off and running. He should bomb it into line. He should kick it now. He handballs to a man who's covered. Now that is shocking football by Melbourne. They deserve to lose it. Maynard gets it to Tregenza. Tregenza to the hole. Oh, great mark by Hopgood. This is a good game of football.
Terrible kick by Tregenza.
Well, it's exciting, Peter. I don't know how good it is at the moment. As a road goes out, that kick by Tregenza just gave his forwards no hope at all. And both teams are giving up the footy so quickly and readily.
It's a free kick the other way.
For a push.
Well, I don't think he deserved that kick.
Here's Meeks. Again, an average-looking kick. Line in the front spot, hard at the back. Lee, Lovell over the top.
And Rod Jamieson still looking at the central umpire there. Dennis Rich asking how the kick was given against him by Murray Bird. I'm as dumbfounded as he is.
He's had a couple he'd be disappointed with, Jamieson. Here's Ben Hart, who's stuck to it very well. To Maynard, to Tregenza. And let's see if he can finish it off a little better. He gets the footy enough. Squaring drop punt, much better kick to Groom. That was well played. Now Modra one out. Jarman knows that and goes bang. Gives his forward a chance. Well played, Gilbert. To Steins. At half back.
Been a good battle, Gilbert and Modra. Now Jimmy Steins has been magnificent. Schwartz, good mark. Strong hand, Schwartz. Now that's Phoebe to the half-forward line. The ball hits the deck. They race in at it. Andrew Jarman tries to punch it away. Healy is there. Now Neats. Glenn Lovett, they're off and running here. Melbourne a chance. Handball to Pickering. Pickering can kick. 45 metres. Oh, it might chip in the line. Yes, it was an ordinary kick. Now Gary Lyon will play on. Kick a goal. He's put it forward right through the middle.
G'day. I'll give you a tip. Call your mates for Anzac Day anywhere across Australia. With Telecom STD, it's only going to cost you $1 for every 5 minutes on Sundays.
Hey, where's the coins? Who's nicked the coins?
Telecom STD. $1 every 5 minutes. We're talking real savings.
7-13, 5-10. Gary Lyon with 4 goals, 4 in a low-scoring match. And the Demons have got a good break. Obst out of the centre. If they get the next goal, it'll be very difficult for Adelaide. Brown runs into his own man. Back to Robrin. His second kick. Didn't really look, blazed away. Groom of Phoebe, who's had a birthday at half-back, goes bang to centre wing. Maynard holds it up. Well played. Anderson's free kick. High tackle. Had a lot of touches, Anderson. This will be 16 kicks and 4 handballs. Pickering just over the top. Now Jarman wants it in the pocket, and Anderson's going to kick it to him, but Schwartz should back him here, wouldn't you? Too tall, to Viney, to Brett Lovett. McGuinness tries to run him down. Lovett's kick. Lovell. Free kick to Lovell.
Oh, had to be that one.
Had good day, Lovell, 8 and 4. Bickley just giving one away. He's only had 3 and 7, Bickley. Lovell's kick to centre half forward, Neats. Robin at the back, Adelaide, Lee. Maynard, Robin. Now Lee, still unsure Adelaide.
Really ran too far.
No real rhythm in their game. Andrew Jarman, sitting duck. Road. It's a steal by Jamison. Groom, Tregenza. Still Tregenza. Run down by Tingay. No free kick given. And it's going to be a call-up with Adelaide 15 metres away.
That saved a certain goal. Well played, Tingay. Coming off the ground, Pickering and Grinter on for Melbourne, but unluckily for Tregenza, the ball wouldn't bounce up for him, would it?
But good persistence by Melbourne.
It certainly was. And look at this pack of players in there as they swoop in on top of the Adelaide forwards. A quick hand pass comes out to Phoebe. Taken away by Schwartz, who's having a good quarter. He brings it out to the pocket. Diving mark by the hero of Melbourne, Rodney Grinter. On to Glenn Lovett. They really do love Grinter here. A mean customer. Glenn Lovett, a greatly improved player. Caught. Great tackle there by Rouvray. Taken by Maynard. To the half-forward line. No mark in front. Taken by Jarman. Cleverly to Liptak. Liptak to Modra. It clears the pack. It hits the behind post, so it'll be a throw-in.
Should have been a handball to Hodges.
Oh,
should have been a handball to Hodges.
Should have been on.
Right in front of Liptak. Should have been there.
Well, you'd tear your hair out if you're Hodges then. You haven't had a kick all day and you've got to
set up, but it doesn't come to you.
Groom and Liptak, and now Jarman. And nothing happening for this Adelaide forward line today. Steins just got one across the eye. What a great player he's been today, Steins. Didn't expect to see him for half a dozen weeks. Supposedly broken ribs. Punched away by Gilbert. Glenn Lovett. And still Adelaide can't score. They're really struggling. Anderson stretches himself. Still Anderson. Centering kick looks good. Lee. Well, Glenn Lovett to Greg Healy. To Glenn Lovett. And you just feel that Adelaide's not going well enough. Lovett's kick. It's had 15 kicks and 17 handballs. Here's Schwartz. To Road. To Healy. He should goal. Goes bang. Drop punt. And misses. It could have been the ball game. I know it's a long way to go, but
deserved the goal, didn't it?
It was a terrific build-up. 7-14 to 5-10.
Well, Ben Hart, he and Gary Lyon having a terrific battle down there. Great to watch as Hart goes to the half back line. Steins went early. Here's Glenn Lovett again. Gary Lyon, no mark. The ball hits the deck. Healy's got it. Breaks the tackle. Back to Lyon. Lyon trying to get back, but Adelaide have got the numbers. Taken away by Bickley. Bickley to Wiedemann. Wiedemann to Liptak. And Matthew Liptak sprints clear. He'll look for Modra. Modra and Gilbert. Gilbert and Modra. Modra, no mark. Taken away by Obst, who's been magnificent. On to Viney. And Melbourne get out of jail again as it's kicked wide. Way out there to Jimmy Steins. A tired-looking Jimmy Steins. And he blamed the sun. 10 kicks and 13 handballs to the big fella and 6 marks. And a worried-looking Graham Corns looks on.
Well, his forward line can't buy a kick at the moment, let alone a goal. And once Modra's been shut out by Gilbert again, every avenue's closed.
That's right, Bruce, yep.
It's only that Neil Palm, desperate for his first win. He's a popular figure in South Australia, but they wouldn't want to win today. Now Groom giving away a free kick to Steins, who's dominated since Pittman's been off the ground. Pittman went with him in the second quarter, more than matched him for a little while when Adelaide made its resurgence, but Jimmy's having a lot of it since Pittman's been off the ground. Here's Phoebe towards centre half forward Tingay. Well, can he finish this one off? Left foot's a good kick. It's a beauty.
Well done, Hart.
Oof. It was a great kick. Bad luck, Tingay.
It was his best kick for the day.
By about 100 miles. 7:15, 5:10. The D should be, 6 in front?
Oh, they should be a lot further in front. They've had most of the play in this term. As Ben Hart looking to kick it wide. It's a high one. This is close to the line, this. But I think it's a mark, and it's Rodney Maynard. Very strong hands, Maynard. Chips it in short. That was Bickley. Now it's Wiedemann. Wiedemann, the sweeping kick to half forward. Pike at the back. Jarman. Beautiful hand pass by Jarman to Liptak. The leader's on. Great kick to Modra. Terrific lead and great kick Liptak.
Well, Pete, Melbourne have had something like 50 more touches of the footy thus far, and that's why they should be about 5 or 6 in front. But that's much better build up there. Bit of space for Modra to lead into, and the player with the football some time to pass correctly.
Tony Modra has kicked 3. 2 of them from free kicks, 1 down the ground and 1 right in front. So he's done pretty well, Gilbert, on Modra. But this time it's right through the middle.
At BP, we train our staff to be quicker and more efficient. Not to mention friendly, which makes your local BP service station a better place to be now, and we're working on ways to make it better in the future. BP, on the move.
Very important 3 minutes coming up. A goal either way would make such a difference. If it's Melbourne, it would give them what you think would be a winning break. If it's Adelaide, then it's an even money bet. Steins out of the centre. Lee goes with Healy. Still Lee. Good tackle, Healy. And holds it underneath Lee, which was good play because McDermott was in the box seat. And Healy held it up. Had the cheek to look for a free kick. 6 and 6 for Healy. McDermott today is 12 and 5, but when he's really playing well, he's 5 and 12. He hasn't had time to measure the handballs off and create things happening. Here's Liptak, who's lifted a little in this quarter. Left foot up towards half forward Steins. Well played, Groom at the back to take it off him. Played on in a hurry. Got it forward. Modra on a long lead with Gilbert. Modra back to Rowe. Oh, Modra missed it. Handball over the top. Brown. Still Brown. Oh, good hip and shoulder Phoebe to hold him out and take it out.
Just a moment's fumble there, Bruce, by both players, Modra and then Brown, and it brings yourself undone.
Brown's struggling, isn't he, today? 6 and 4, but nothing really sure. Jarman got his hand on it. Glenn Lovett able to take it away for Melbourne. Brett Lovett and Jamison. Such a talented player, Jamison. Oh, got a ticky touch with one there. Was playing for it. Brett Lovett gives it back to him, and Jamison from centre wing.
Jamison, a beautiful kick normally. Pike at the back, Groom at the front. And, a holding decision to Groom off the side of the boot. This is Liptak. 2-on-2 here. Oh, they went in hard after it. Well played by Hopgood. On the road, he was covered there. Taken back by Road from Andy Lovell. A big chance for Melbourne here. Gary Lyon and Hart. Punched away. Good play by Hart. Here's Cal. Cal working hard. Good play by the youngster. Here's a chance. Greg Healy on the left foot. Puts it through for a great goal. Well played by Darren Cal.
It's fantastic.
Incredible.
They say it's full of cheese.
Oh, yeah, you can tell.
It's McDonald's Triple Cheeseburger. 1, 2, 3 slices of cheese, 3 all beef patties with ketchup, mustard, pickles and onions.
It is full of cheese.
McDonald's Triple Cheeseburger.
I wish this could last forever.
No, it's only for a limited time.
It's Melbourne time.
Melbourne got a late goal before half-time. They've got another late one before three-quarter time. The Chris Groom kick was a poor one down one end, and then some inspiring football got Melbourne the goal. Stephen Phoebe's been outstanding. Brown, Melbourne playing desperate football. Pike caught by Groom. No free kick. 25 seconds remaining. Groom trying to find Liptak a moment ago. Melbourne rebounding. Stephen Rowe goes bang. Hooks it and misses. Not a lot in it in the end. He's kicked 3 points today, Rowe.
That was a vital kick.
He could have made all this. The ball coming to him as we see Jakovic on screen there. Kick coming off the ground from a Melbourne player.
So three-quarter time, and the Demons have held off Adelaide and lead 8-15 to 6-11.
Take on a tough job in tough country, and you usually have to get there on all fours. But when that's not enough, you just have to use your muscle. That's why there's a whole range of Mitsubishi Tritons with all the muscle of a big V6. And if you can't rely on a big V6 with four-wheel drive to get you there, who can you rely on?
Can't shift it. Hang on, mate.
Keep him back.
Right, get back. Hope you know what you're doing.
Go.
P&G. Any tougher, they'd rust.
It's the latest indoor craze, and it's right here. Indoor beach volleyball. Action-packed, six-a-side fun for everyone. Played on beach sand.
Absolutely fantastic. It's a heap of fun.
We play on sand, and when you fall down, it doesn't hurt.
Fun for everyone. Lots of fun. It's a good team sport. It's sensational fun.
Even if you've never played before, you'll have a ball at Indoor Beach Volleyball. Real sand, real fun, and relaxation. Indoor Beach Volleyball. Fun for everyone.
If it only saves you once a year, it's a good year.
I've been with them 3.5 years and never regretted a minute of it.
We trust them with our money. We do.
People over 55, talking about the people at Patrick Whelan Investments.
We came to Patrick Whelan for peace of mind, and we have found it.
They know the money market better than we do, and whatever they advise, we do it.
Patrick Whelan Investments. Independent investment advice for people over 55.
I think they're terrific.
Patrick Whelan Investments.
Such a gentle way about you, all around the world. Wouldn't go away without you, my Singapore girl.
Tuesday is the night of arresting television. Courts. He was Victoria's most wanted criminal. Charged for sexual assault on children. Arrested for attempted murder. Charged for a payroll heist. Charged for 7 counts of armed robbery. Found. Safe and well, Elizabeth Brown. Your calls are helping to solve our biggest crime and most baffling mysteries. The nation's #1 hit show. Australia's Most Wanted. 8:30 Tuesday on 7. Arresting television.
Gary Lyon and Anthony Modra 4 goals apiece. Melbourne leading 63-47 at three-quarter time. 8:15 to 6:11.
Today's game is part of the Carlton and United Breweries 1993 AFL Premiership season.
Graham Corns talking to his troops, as we've been telling you. A replay of St Kilda and Carlton from Waverley Park following this for our Adelaide viewers. We're about to give you a three-quarter time score, so look away if you don't want to know the score. Neil Baum, who's looking for his first win as an AFL coach, former Nord and then Woodville West Torrens. Now the other score is a progress one at the Gabba between Brisbane and Geelong are 7 points in front, close to three-quarter time, 11-14 to 11-7. And just don't know if there's a breeze there or not. You'd suggest from the first half that there might be. Max Stevens, what's Graham Corns' mood at three-quarter time?
Just on the breeze, Bruce, it has picked up, and in fact it's more than chilly down here, not that that'll affect the players. Now 30 minutes left, and Graham Corns wants Adelaide to lift and attack 100% better. He reckons they're far from beaten, but they must get some rhythm back into their game. Again, simple mistakes are costing the Crows. And he must ask the question, Matthew Robram, BOG for Norwood last week, and Scott Hodges with Port, 9 goals, not the same players today. Corns' simple message, long and precise. The bottom line, Melbourne's beating the Crows at their own game. The Crows must start picking up their players, according to Graham Corns.
Thanks for that, Max. Greg Anderson with his 18 kicks and 4 handballs, talking with Chris Mitchell as Ross Glendinning takes a look at the match statistics.
Yes, and look at that where Melbourne should be. We mentioned during the course of that third quarter, Melbourne should be 5 or 6 goals in front, not just because of the number of possessions, but the number of shots at goal they've had that they should have kicked goals with. And the dominance there around the ground there marks because they've had more possession sharing the ball. Tackles, there's been quite a number of tackles in this game, some good ones as well, and the centre breaks pretty much even.
I wonder how well Pittman is, because I think he'd be out there now, wouldn't you?
think so.
No Pittman for Adelaide, and Robram goes against Steins. Melbourne leading 8-15, 6-11. Tap forward by White. Wiedemann unable to get away. Robram, good little give to Rouvray. Rouvray's kick round the body. Pike getting back and takes a splendid mark under pressure from Groom. It's been a good duel since Groom came on in the first quarter. Obst and Jarman. Nice stretch Obst. Jarman takes it off him, smothered by Phoebe. Jarman wins it back to Liptak, to Jamison, to Brown. 50 metres out, left foot, goal. Good start, what Adelaide needed. And they've had a habit, haven't they, of winning close matches, Adelaide?
Well, they just shared the ball nicely there, and Jarman's recovery from the smother kick was very good. A couple of sharp handballs, first option, instinctive handballs, and a terrific finish by Brown. Hodges is off the ground too for Adelaide. There he's on the bench with Pittman.
So back to the centre, a great start to the Crows for this final term. There's Anderson, a quick kick, centre of the ground. This is Brett Lovett weaving his way through. That's Cow. Now Pickering. The chip past the line was an ordinary kick. Ben Hart is there. Lyon to try and tap it back to Cow. Now it's a loose ball to Neitz. Oh, great pick up by Neitz. Neitz into the open goal for a top goal. What a pick up by a big tall man. Good play by Lyon. 69-53, so Melbourne hit back hard.
Yeah, we mentioned that in the first quarter. Petty had a terrific pick up, and that's just a little tap back soccer style by Lyon there, and a good effort by Cow to get in and put his body through and knock it forward. He didn't just go half-heartedly, so the ball spills free for your teammate, and a goal results.
A couple of goals to Neitz, and the Demons got it back in a hurry. Robram goes up against Steins again. I reckon Steins would have to be feeling the pinch considering his injury. Anderson's quick kick to half forward. Pike gets back. Will he get a favourable bounce? Groom tries to pressure him. Pike and Groom, and it'll run right there to the boundary line and out. It's a tough customer, Pike, 20-year-old. Came across from Nord with a reputation. And Melbourne supporters are cheering them on here. Steins. Maynard. Got a free kick against Pickering. From centre wing. Now Hodges about to come on for McDermott, which is a surprise. He's got to be injured, the captain, doesn't he? Steins. Brett Lovett. Glenn Lovett, who's had 100 touches. Robran, unable to. Well cut off though by Lee. Kick is a clever one to Brown. Adelaide with a chance. Brown sets it up, goes to Modra. Gets him. Well, McDermott, I'm interested to see if there's something wrong with him.
Yes, well, he's actually put Hodges in the back line on picking up Neats now, so maybe for team balance a bit.
Probably for height, I'd imagine too.
Looks all right, McDermott. Doesn't seem to be anything wrong with him.
Very few times he's been taken to the ground, Bruce, I would think.
Especially in a tight situation like this. Modra's drop punt. It's a good kick. And punched through by Schwartz and Pike from behind.
Yeah, good play by Schwartz. When in doubt, there's Tony Modra. Has kicked forwards, had a great battle. Now Pittman's warming up. Oh, he's a bit walking pretty gingerly. He's down in front of our commentary box and walking. There he is. And doesn't look 100% fit, that's for sure, as we see Phil Gilbert to the half-back line. Robran went for it one-handed. There's Rowe and Todd Viney. And it will be a bounce. It's about 60 metres out from the Adelaide goal. Murray Bird and Chris Mitchell officiating. Steins has been absolutely magnificent. There's Tingay, the ball tucked into his arm. David Brown at the bottom of the pack. Now, Chris McDermott on the interchange bench. What's the report, Max Stevens?
Well, the situation is that he's got a twisted ankle. Now, I've just got to mention the fact that against the West Coast Eagles, he did some serious damage to his ribs. So maybe it's the ribs that have forced him off as opposed to what we've been told, an ankle.
Well, it's interesting to comment that because he spoiled, I think, in about the second quarter of play on the half-back line, and in doing so crashed into the player and just bent over a bit and held his ribs for a while, so that's could be the fact.
And he was also very down against Fitzroy on that Friday night game.
Robran to Tregenza. It was a good bit of play by Robran. Tregenza to half-forward. Groom and Pike. Pike holding it up. Rhodes been an excellent defender. Hopgood under pressure there from Rowe. And Liptak gets into the back of Rode and no free kick. Gee, I've liked Rhodes' game. Hardly made an error back there. 13 kicks, 13 handballs.
Peter Rode very rarely gets beaten by anyone. As a matter of fact, Bruce, as we see Big Steins with the left hand again. Melbourne trying to get out. Peter Rode again to Hopgood. Oh, good play to Tingay. Tingay breaks the tackle. That's good play, Stephen Tingay. On the left foot. Up to Healy. Oh, he's dropped the mark, but he goes and gets it again. His teammate almost got in the way. Here's Sean White. White, that's the way to do it. To kick it long. He's looking for Grinter. Grinter couldn't take the mark. Matthew Robran, or a touch of the fumbles. Still Grinter and Maynard. Oh, Rodney Grinter from 40 metres. And look at that, the Lion. Well, the Melbourne, oh, no mark. Play on, the umpire calls. Now it's Neats. Shuffled out the lead. It's a loose ball, a vital loose ball. Cow went without it. Gary Lyon dodging, weaving, straightens up Gary Lyon, chips it in at goal, and Gary Lyon has kicked a point. That mustn't have been a mark. He didn't play it, did he, Ross?
No. It's interesting that there's that little fumble a bit by Robber on the boundary line there that we've been talking about with a few of their players today. It cost you dearly.
Ben Hart with a one to himself. They're trying to manufacture something here. Not a very good kick. Schwartz should take it. Gets a free kick. David Schwartz, centre wing half forward. A thumping centering kick. Adelaide had the numbers. Ben Hart. Lee should probably have left it. Good play that time by Robin, though the handball was awful. A good take in the first place. And McGuinness, who, when you consider he had 8 kicks in the first quarter and has only had 14 for the match, died out of it, hasn't he?
Viney's done pretty well since that quarter time.
Well, Adelaide up against it. Melbourne attacking. They've got a nice little buffer. Steins and Robran. Neats. Back to Bickley. To Maynard. Wiedemann went without it. Healy. Glenn Lovett. High. Hart versus Lyon. And out of play. Melbourne leading 9-16 to Adelaide 7-12. It would be a major upset, and it looks as if it could happen. Adelaide's record in close matches is pretty good, but they're not quite close enough at the moment.
Forward pocket for Melbourne. Steins leans over the pack. It's tapped to McGuinness. Now, did he take it out? No, he didn't. So, but eventually it's over the line at half forward.
It was pretty close, Pete.
Well, he was certainly out, but he tried to keep the ball in. Now, it's in front of the Melbourne member stand. Let's have a look. There he is. Oh!
Tell you what.
It was very, very close. Now, here's Mark Bickley. A chance here for the Crows. Or Anderson, a fumble. This could be costly because getting onto it is Neats. Neats around the corner, looking for Lyon. The big fly at the back. Melbourne have got the numbers. Schwartz is there. Schwartz again, trying to get in a hand pass. It's a loose ball out wide. Well played by Tingay. Oh, he tapped it straight back to McGuinness. McGuinness kicks it long to the half-forward line. Rowe in front. The ball hits the deck. Stephen Rowe. He can break clear. Modra down there versus Gilbert. Modra. Quick hand pass. Modra. On to Scott Hodges. Hodges up in the air, but he has put it out in the full, and Andrew Jarman was back
midfield. Pete, so
it's a free kick. The Crows
Modra.
Back at half-forward to Modra, is it?
Yep.
Well, they must have been back behind the play.
After giving that handball off, I followed downfield, Pete, but just came back and they were both on the ground. So
Phil Gilbert speaking to the umpire. Tony Modra. Let's see what happens. Down he goes, and might have played in the back, maybe. But Modra going for his third goal, his fifth goal, I should say, from directly in front, and he's put it through.
In the news tonight at 6, the IRA strikes again in London. One massive blast has killed one person, and 2 taxi drivers were terrorised before their cabs were turned into car bombs by Irish guerrillas. We'll have the full details at 6 in 7 Nightly News. Also tonight, police have entered into yesterday's paint attack and bouncer job at the Adelaide International Expo after a lone pensioner launched a paint bomb attack. And we salute the diggers who again braved the dawn for the Anzac Day service.
Adelaide mounting their big challenge. Obst from half-back. Glenn Lovett. He's had 19 kicks and 17 handballs. But that time a free kick to Jamison.
Great tackle, wasn't it?
Terrific tackle, it really was.
Outstanding. Lovell getting ready to come back. 10 points the margin. Centering kick by Jamison. Groom will be a flyer. Hodges from the side. Schwartz held up. Groom trying to get one away. Well played by Melbourne, though, by Rowe. Chance for Anderson to Rowe. Rowe goes for goal. And not a good kick, but out of bounds, bouncing just before the line. Well, Ross, a couple of times I've given them away, the Crows, but suddenly you've got a feeling, haven't you? Well, at least I have.
Are you covering now?
Well, you feel that they're starting to run on from a long way back. Groom goes with Steins. And out of play. Well, goals have been hard all day. Jimmy Steins has played a wonderful match against, we must say, a depleted Adelaide ruck with no Wren and Pittman injured. But his field play in the first half was outstanding. Groom and Steins. Quick kick by Brett Lovett. Jarman and Obst. Anderson to Rouvray, who's a long kick normally. Goes to Modra. And Gilbert with him, and again out of play. But deep in Adelaide's forward line, Gilbert, well, he's done pretty well. Modra's had 3 goals from free kicks and has kicked 5 altogether. But still, 5 out of 8's a pretty good return for a full forward.
Steins to do the ruck work. Here's Phoebe taking it to the line. And Steve Phoebe's been an excellent player. He's had 19 kicks, Steve Phoebe, and 4 hand passes. Great effort. Now, Steins again versus Groom. They both missed that one. Here's a chance for Brown. A quick kick into the square. Modra and Gilbert. They go to the deck. Glenn Lovett is there. They're working hard. Here's Modra trying to crash his way through. Peter Road hooks it out of defence. Up they go. Oh, Obst, a good attempt. He wanted that ball, Obst.
That's the way he got it, Pete. Quite right.
He really threw himself. He's a terrific player, the former Port Adelaide star. Swartz at the back versus Robrin. Oh, it's a big thump. Waiting there for it was Maynard. On to Lee. Back to Maynard, and the Crows go forward again. In towards the half-forward line, and there he is again. Andrew Obst. Terrific under pressure, Andrew Obst, as he kicks it wide to Brett Lovett.
Towards Grinter. Oh, strong mark against Jamison that time. Rodney Grinter, who's played a cameo role today on and off the bench. Not a very good kick. Well played, Glenn Lovett. Maynard going up and down in the one spot. Neats puts the pressure on him. Maynard was hoping it'd go out of play. Glenn Lovett, this could be the winner. Not a good kick. Lovell gets it. Lyons in the goal square. Greg Healy on his own. Still Greg Healy on his own. Too late now.
Better off having a shot, I think, Bruce, from there.
Now it is, for sure. Well, he's kicked two, and he's kicked behind. So it's 9-17 to 8-12. Gee, Maynard's tired, isn't he? I noticed a moment ago he didn't make much of a kick that he had, and at that time he just couldn't hold his feet under pressure.
He does an enormous amount of running though, Robin Maynard.
Sure does. It was more an observation than a criticism of that fellow, as the kick from Hart goes to McGuinness.
Tony McGuinness at half-back sprints onto the left foot, brings it out, centre wing. Oh, good mark by Neitz. And that might be what you said, Bruce, a tired-looking Rodney Maynard. As a good mark, Neitz. Now he's chipped it into half of Gary Lyon. No mark. Over the back, Robrin caught, drops it. As they go in after it again, and the umpire will come in and bounce. He dropped it like a hot scone, and the umpire, Chris Mitchell, had a good view of it. Very experienced umpire. Andrew Jarman having plenty to say there. As we see Swartz, the two number 5s versus Robrin. Swartz again tries to break the pack. He does. He almost through that. Taken away by Todd Viney. Gets a boot to it. Goes in hard on Anderson. In the back, the umpire has said. Anderson remonstrating. And the ball will come back to half-back to Greg Anderson.
21 kicks now for Anderson. Pretty upset with Viney, who let him know after he had the free kick taken against him. And Anderson thumps it down towards centre half forward. Groom was his target. Rowe misread it. Lovell did well to Hopgood. Quick kick. Anderson. 22 kicks coming up. To centre half forward. Hodges with one hand. Steins. Maynard. Still Maynard. Goes inside. Clever to Wiedemann. He's got Hodges on his own. Here it is to Hodges. Takes the mark. This will be really his first kick. The other one happened after a free kick had been given to Modra. Too far out, you would reckon, wouldn't you?
Oh, he'd be a chance.
I'll tell you what, Saul Carey kicked one on Friday night from a similar distance out in the pocket.
55 to 60. Jinx timed it well. Gone thump for a goal. How's that? Bang straight through.
It's sale time at Foodland and the savings are kicking on. Like Aura laundry liquid flying out at $1.99. Cotty's jams dropped to just $1.69. Sanitarium wheat mix, a real winner at $1.99. Halls or Deep Spring soft drinks just 69 cents. Foodland fresh legs of lamb $3.99 a kilo. And score 2 kilo bags of apples or pears for $1.59.
Foodland, the mighty South of the year.
The Crows are fighting back hard. They only trail by 5 points, and then they've got a free kick at the centre bounce. It'll go to Robrin. Matthew Robrin. On the right foot, a booming kick in towards Modra. Modra and Gilbert. And there's a brilliant mark. I think it's Hodges. Hodges has come from the side. Bruce McAvaney is hiding his head.
Well, what a comeback. It's bigger than Lazarus, isn't it?
It just shows to any player that if you just keep at it, it can turn around for you. So you should never drop your head. Just keep having a go at the footy, presenting yourself, and things can go your way.
Scott Hodges directly in front to put the Adelaide Crows in front. He stabs. He's missed. A shocker. An absolute shocker, and that could be very, very costly. And an Adelaide Crow fan in the background not happy. 4 points the margin. And he kicked the hard one, the long one, and missed one from 20.
Gilbert's kick out. Stein's the target. Obbs has been very good, but missed by Phoebe. Rose high ball. Modra, a bouncing ball. Rode gets back to Grinter. Under pressure, tries to get away. Did it pretty well to Pipe, who's got to run it. Liptak puts the pressure on him. Not a bad kick by Pipe because he tried to make it as hard as possible for Jamieson. To Anderson, who kicks a shocker. He's 23rd, and White takes the mark.
That's a free kick from Anderson. Goodness me.
Sean White from half-back. Schwartz against Roubray and Robran. Here's a chance for Melbourne. Brett Lovett held up by Jarman. Healy's there. Now Lyon calls for it. He goes for Lyon. Maynard and Ben Hart against him. Tingay, the left foot was smothered. Ben Hart back there with Healy. Healy, well played to Lyon. Some desperation going on. Oh, McGuinness to the boundary line and out. Well, it's tight, isn't it? Intense. Do you think a free kick could have been paid?
I just thought it could have been kicking in danger, that's all. As we see the ball at half forward. 4 points to margin. Gee, we've seen some great games this year. It's tapped down to Healy. He didn't take the ball. Taken by McGuinness. McGuinness, good kick. He's found Bickley. Bickley breaks away out of defence towards centre wing. Punched away by Brett Lovett. Racing after it is Rowe. That was good play by Rowe. Put it on the ground and then was held. That's holding the man. Because he did handball it.
No, he's taking it away.
Umpire said he didn't handball it. I think he did handball it. The umpire deliberating that he put the ball on the ground. Well, mate, let's have a look. Did he punch it? No. Oh, a quick little crow throw it was. One of those contentious ones everyone talks about. Now, here's the free kick. It's going Adelaide's way at half back. But it was a quick little hand pass as we saw. Now, here's Maynard receiving from Andrew Jarman. To the half-forward line, Wiedemann the flyer. The ball hits the deck. They try and crash their way through. Sean White had a fresh air kick. And the players pounce in on the ball with just over 8 minutes left in the match. Adelaide trailing by 4 points.
Can't remember if they've been in front all day. I doubt if they have. I think Melbourne has led all day. Jarman didn't go very far. Glenn Lovett gets a free kick against Wiedemann.
They need Lyon to take one of those big marks down there, don't they? Melbourne desperately.
Glenn Lovett, 21 kicks, 17 handballs. The champion of last year. Robran should take it all, misses. Pittman. Maynard. We talked about how tired he was a moment ago. Bickley was a bit loose there, but Jamison's got it. Still plenty of time. Jamison's kicked to Hodges. Kicked a magnificent goal and then missed an easy one. Did the same thing at Collingwood last year. Look at that, bang. He's got some power to half forward. Or Groom, nearly a good grab. Was going to be paid. Free kick.
Over the shoulder.
Now Modra's run out. If Groom can move it, he kicks it to Modra now. Gilbert. Lip tap. Ducked his head. Got caught. Gave it away. Obst has been outstanding, hasn't he, under pressure to Phoebe. And Phoebe kicks it to Neitz. Well played, Melbourne.
Andrew Obst, if they win this game, they can thank him.
Oh, Grinter smothered by McGuinness. Grinter's after him. Well played, McGuinness. Very well played to Jamieson. To Hodges. Hodges goes bang to Brown. Stein's with him. Phoebe. Pipe. Gilbert. Phoebe. Oh, he misses it.
Well, he had to go back in after it, Todd Byte. He got a pretty wayward hand pass.
Some tired boys out there. It's been a great contest.
What a game.
McGuinness's run is just amazing.
Yes, he's a great player, McGuinness. The Adelaide Crows fighting on hard. They trail by 4. The Melbourne supporters trying to urge their team on. Jimmy Steins trying to grab it. Oh, well played. Oh, clever little kick. Well done to Glenn Lovett. Todd Viney inside. Here's Andrew Obst receiving from Road. Schwartz has got 2 to beat. One of them's Roubray. Roubray caught. Gets in a hand pass. Ben Hart, they're coming at him, but he's got a loose man out there in Bickley. Bickley can go to Robrin. Robrin can go wide to Hart. Ben Hart can come back inside again to Bickley. Bickley straight down the centre of the ground. Brings it into half forward, and the mark has been taken by Scott Hodges.
Well, he could have taken 3 or 4 bounces, Bickley, but often, as we've said before, a fellow like Tregenza can take too many. On that occasion, the kick came straight away. Was well worked up by the backman, and the kick finishes up with Scott Hodges.
Well, Hodges missed a sitter and kicked one from 55 metres, and he has redeemed himself in this match. He's going for goal number 2. Scotty Hodges kicks it goal. Oh, he's hit the post. Would you believe it? So the Demons still with the lead. 5 minutes of play left. Phil Gilbert to bring it back in the lead. Melbourne by 3 points.
17,101 are enjoying this as Gilbert goes out. That's the official attendance. Hodges was in the front spot. Viney, good tackle by Jarman. A very good tackle by Jarman.
His arm was pinned, wasn't it? And it was a definite throw.
Modra. Now Jarman could go for it here. Drop punt to the square. Gilbert and Modra. Gilbert to ground. Lip tack Grinter. Could have worried him out of it, Grinter. Rowe, Brett Lovett, Phoebe. Pike caught. Great tackle by the pros. They hold it up. Lovett gets in there.
And good umpiring to let it go.
That's how you want your forwards to fight for the footy too. And in your area, have a dip at it.
A thriller. 4 minutes and 20 remaining. The top team, the only unbeaten team in the competition, against one of the teams that hasn't won a match. And Melbourne lead by 3 points. Very good handball by Viney. Rowe got it back to Glenn Lovett, who's been outstanding. To centre wing. Rouvray. Still Rouvray. With some rebound to half forward. Well, no one went. And Rowe took the mark. Arguably Melbourne's, best defender, you'd say.
Oh, he's been great. Oh, he set Jimmy Steins and McGuinness. Steins, he went to ground. They've still got it, Melbourne. Rodney Grinter around centre wing. Will it sit for Schwartz? Schwartz tried to keep it in, but he couldn't. It's on centre wing. And the umpire's copping a burst from the Melbourne members. 3.5 minutes of play left. What a vital throw in here. Schwartz and Robrin. Still Schwartz. Now Robrin. Now Cow. Jarman gets it to Lee. Jimmy Steins at the back. Thumps it forward. Andrew Obbs. No, it's not. It's Phoebe. And the umpire's found a free kick in that pack.
What was that for?
I didn't see it either.
For holding on, but the fellow had the ball and he tackled him.
I did not see that free kick at all. Ross, I agree with you.
Might have been for that roar from the crowd a minute earlier.
Look.
Well, it's on this side of the ground, the Melbourne members, as we see Phoebe to Schwartz, and the big fella has marked.
2 minutes, 50 seconds remaining. A Melbourne goal, you reckon, would seal it. Not a good kick. Bickley takes it.
Neil Barn won't like that, uncontested.
To Jamison. Over the top to Lee. A bounce. Lee from centre half back. Broom and Pike. Oh, good mark. Not paid. Phoebe swings it out to Grinter. Good kick by Grinter. A great kick to Schwartz. Rouvray called off the mark. So Schwartz takes a kick as he did about 40 seconds ago from the same spot. Melbourne lead by 3 points. Line against Robrin. Cow. Good handball. Obbs has been terrific. Chips it up. Neats. Lyon. Just a goal would seal it. And out of play. And with 1 minute 50 remaining, it's desperation time for Graham Corns. Is this the first loss of the season for the Crows?
Well, it's of the half forward. Look at Neil Barm and Greg Wells. Schwartz. Here's Glenn Lovett. A chance here for Melbourne. Lovell takes front position now at the back. The ball hits the deck. Up the ground. It's a goal. Too late.
conditioning, making your life comfortable.
The Demons look home now. They're 9 points in front with a minute and 20 seconds remaining. Rouve called the play on. A quick kick to Anderson. Anderson's a thumping kick normally. He was on his wrong leg. Modra in the front spot. Brown. Wiedemann. Oh, bad decision, Wiedemann. A very poor option. And that's the ball game.
They're off and running. This is Glenn Lovett. Lovett will bomb it in long. Oh, chips in short. Bickley has taken the mark. The time clock shows 49 seconds of play left in this match, and the Crows have to kick 2 goals. Almost impossible. They would need a very, very quick goal now. Robrin a sweeping hand pass out wide. This is Maynard. Maynard brings it to the half-forward line. Grinter at the back flies. Who'll get the loose ball? Now it's loose. They charge in after it, and they lock it in there, and the time clock ticking down to 25 seconds.
Neil Baum about to taste his first victory in the AFL, and Adelaide's first loss for the season. The unbeaten team has suffered its first defeat and come back to the pack suddenly. Pike over the top, Steins over the top, and the siren will go now. Well, you can't deny them. They deserved it. He's a big man with a kind heart, Neil Baum, and he'll be happy tonight. They made all the running, Melbourne. Adelaide were not in front for any stage of the match. And Melbourne was able to hold them off in a thriller. It was a great finish.
They tried desperately, Adelaide, to get back into it, but we have Neil Baum with Max Stevens down on the boundary.
Congratulations. I mean, you really needed that one, didn't you?
I never thought I'd smile again. It was a good effort. I thought we should have done probably a bit better in the last quarter with our opportunities, but it was a really hard-fought last quarter. It was a good turnaround for our blokes. We've been struggling a bit.
We said before the game that if anyone knew Adelaide, you'd be the man that knew them. Do you think that that's what helped you today?
Well, I guess it's... I certainly know the players better than most people here, and maybe it has helped, but still our blokes had to do it. It doesn't matter who you play against. You've still got to do the work.
Jim Steins, how close was he not to play?
Well, I gave him no hope even on Friday, but he's a pretty tough cookie. He's got a very strong mind, and he overcame a lot of pain, and he played a terrific game, I thought.
I mean, Andrew Jarman's such a domineering player. He keeps Adelaide in the game. You shut him out today. That was the difference.
Well, I think Andrew Ops is a bloke who's a very good player, but hasn't done much. And I think having been given the job on him, he really revelled in it and did a superb job.
Just in closing, you're glad you're here now?
Well, again, I thought I'd never smile again.
Well done, Neil. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Max.
Neil Baum with Max Stevens. Now the players are waiting for their coach to come off, and he's about to join them. As I said, he's a big man with a kind heart, a cult figure in Adelaide at Norwood, a lovable giant, so gentle compared with what he was on the field, and today has been a great day for him and for Melbourne because they're still very much alive in 93. They won today 10-17 to 9-14.